two brothers and gamers that have been playing games since the early 1980s. Combined, they have over 65 years experience. Join them each week as they discuss and rant about gaming and entertainment news. This is Generation X Gaming.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another week, another episode, another week, another year of Generation X Gaming, the weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories from the past week, and we rant along the way. Episode 423, Season 11. 11, Sarge. 11 years. We're starting our 11th year of Generation X Gaming. Which is,
I didn't get a calendar yet. I got to get a calendar.
Yeah. What's going on, chat? So, Generation X Gaming, weekly podcasts. We're here Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on 30NSG. You can also listen, watch after the fact over right here on YouTube. Or you can go to iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Anchor.fm. Anywhere you can listen to a podcast, you can go there and listen to the podcast. So, it's a 2-hour show, mostly. Go mostly over the time. Yeah, we go over 2 hours. But if you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. On this channel on 30NSG, we do live streams, we do uploads, we do podcasts, we do gameplay, lots of different things. So welcome and happy new year to the new first episode of Generation X Gaming, episode 423. On today's show, Sarge, we're going to be talking maybe all these topics, maybe none of these topics. It all depends on where the show goes, but we're going to talk about Apple. We'll pay $95 million to people who were spied on by Siri. So we're going to talk about that.
That's not a payout. That's not a payout. That's not a payout.
Wait till you find out what you're getting. Okay.
Is it class action?
6, GTA 6 could make $1 billion before it even releases. Okay. We'll talk about that. Awesome. Former Age of Empire developer says RTS genre stuck in a rut. You're still playing the same game, and we're gonna discuss what they could potentially do, Sarge, to help with the RTSs. We're gonna talk about Switch 2 may not be as powerful as rumored. Not that it matters; it's rumored, so they could do or not do whatever we say. Call of Duty, Black Ops 6 players are encouraging each other to just quit games, right? Because they're just tired of the matchmaking in that game and the bad spawn points. Okay, we're going to talk about Marvel Rivals. Leaks reveal upcoming new game mode. I want to kind of have a little conversation about the game mode it's supposedly a capture the flag type of game mode, so we'll talk about that. We're also going to talk about the new, which was leaked this morning or last night, but now it's official because Marvel Rivals came out and said that the Fantastic Four is coming in Season 1, so we'll talk about that. We're going to talk about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle was successful enough that Disney reportedly picked up the phone, and they want more. Okay,
successful enough means that they said they made a profit. That's all that mattered.
Well, right, projected right there. AAA video games struggle to keep up with the skyrocketing cost of realistic graphics. We'll talk about that.
That's a lot.
And I believe that's it. And then we have we're going to talk about Star Trek, the game I'm playing, but in the games section. So that's what's on today's show. How was your New Year, Sarge? How was
exhausting?
You worked, right? You work on this is like one of your busiest days.
It is.
So what? Take us through a night at your job, and when it starts, what time you get there, and what time you leave.
Yeah. I'm not going to go into details. I'll just give you the bullet points. You have to understand that it's a dinner only restaurant, but we are open at 2, so you can figure that one out.
You started opened at 2, and then you stayed open till
2.
So you're open 12 hours.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Packed.
Yeah, it's packed. But well, 3 o'clock it started. The first hour is.
We went to a restaurant on New Year's Eve. Went downtown, not downtown, but small downtown, and we walked into the place. It was us and like 5 other people. That's what it was. We were like, oh, and we decided to go out at 4:30 in the afternoon, and we were like, all right, this is pretty good. And then we went home and we watched a couple of movies. We watched, I'm going to forget it. Travis said it the other day. It was a Kevin Hart movie with Cranston as there. He's a quadriplegic, and Kevin Hart has to take care of him. It's not a comedy. right? It's above the line, or
I know which one you're talking about.
it's from like 2017.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Really good movie. Really good movie. We watched that. And we watched Zachary Levi's Harold and the Purple Crayon, which is a children's book made into a movie, and that was also good. It bombed at the box office when it came out in the box office, but it's actually a really good movie. I wouldn't watch it in the theater. I would watch the Kevin Hart one, but that came out in 2017. So Krebsy says Christmas and New Year's are the two biggest days for tips.
I mean,
I know New Year's is. I don't know if Christmas is.
Let's say that one night equal 2 weeks. Let's say that.
One night equals 2 weeks. Roadkill gifted one membership. I don't think I don't have buttons here. I can't hit the crowd. Oh wait. It's been a while. I'm out of practice, and they moved it on me. Do we have the cheer over here? Do we have
Roadkill is still suffering euphoria from him playing Battlefront 2.
Oh, did you play? Are you playing Star Wars EA's Star Wars Battlefront 2? Is that what you're playing?
I'm pretty sure he's playing EA's Battlefront 2. I'm pretty sure.
It's a good game. It's a good game. Came out the same year as the movie I watched, 2017. Talk about graphics. They've gone downhill since then, huh?
I mean, I don't believe that story at all. Like the only way it's like trying to read statistics to somebody and you just pick out the right statistics to make your story sound credible, but at the same time you know that's just complete total bullshit. Like, we know what the graphics were in 2017 and we know what the graphics are now. There's not a big difference. As a matter of fact, some of it is lower quality than especially EA's Battlefront 2, right? With the Frostbite engine, right? Like, it's significantly lower quality. Now, they can say whatever they want about how the bloated cost of graphics. Like, let's not forget that devs and publishers' biggest thing over the last 10 years was pushing graphics on our faces over and over again. And then now they want to complain about the graphics, right? They dug the hole. Get in the fucking hole. Like, I don't know what to tell you, right? Yes, everything doubled. Right, prices of things, everything doubled. We know this. If you've gone grocery shopping before and you've gone grocery shopping, it's practically doubled. So let's say costs for them doubled as well. Now that means you would need to sell twice as many games in order to
instead of selling 3 to 4 million, you have to sell 7 to 8 million.
7 to 8 million. But when you announce that and say, well, we have to sell 7 or 8 million, the entire time that they know they have to do that, they're insulting their industry and their consumer base for the last 3 years. And you want us to buy your shit. And you want to know why you can't stay open. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Let's follow the business practice. You go away. You go. I will no longer shed a tear for any company that's been around who is spouting just crap at us and then has to close down. No tears, dry eyes, right? EA, goodbye. Maybe it's you know what? Maybe it's somebody else's turn, right? It's somebody else's turn.
Yeah,
right?
I just bit my tongue. Son of a bitch.
Right. You all right?
Yeah, that's gonna be swollen.
Suck on an ice cube, quick. Get an ice cube in there.
It's all right. I'm a man.
All right, suck it up. Suck it up. All right, it's just weird to me on how we're to blame for their low sales. Like, it's our fault. Like, you didn't make a good product. I don't know. Like, business 101 doesn't change because you're righteous now. I don't know what you're talking about.
John Kylo. For Christmas, we went down south to visit you guys. I want to say we went to go play miniature golf at this place called Pop Stroke down in it was Delray, right? And is it Boynton Beach or Delray?
I think it's Delray.
It's Delray. All right. So Tiger Woods owns. He's partnered with this company called Pop Stroke, and they have. When I tell you, it was what, the day after. It was the day after Christmas. We went.
Yeah.
This place is a $25 unlimited golf. Okay, per person. Okay, $25 per person to go there. You can play all day. They got 2 courses, and let me tell you, it was like they were giving free games out. Every hole had a group of 6 to 8 people, okay, on 36 holes, or sorry,
36 holes.
Yeah, 36 holes, right. I'm okay. right? 36 holes. There was a line to wait to the first hole, and then every time you move from one hole to the next hole, it was just
a pile of people.
Yeah, just a pile of people. And the way the course is set up, there's no space between the last hole and the next hole. It's like 5 feet. So you got 8 bodies on a thing, and people's feet are on the course that from the last group that went through. It's a nice course. I like it, but at the same time, like, what the fuck is happening? $25 a person.
Yeah.
Okay. Packed. People waiting. The dining room was packed. I was like, holy Christ.
But you gotta get paid, bro. They weren't told course limits, like number of people on the course. They're like, just load them up.
Yeah. No, they don't care about
load them up.
They don't care about pars, how many strokes. They're just like, yeah, just $25. They got you. As soon as you pay the $25, you can play one hole. You can play all 36 holes. It doesn't matter. $25.
$25 is a little steep for mini golf. A little.
Well, if you break it down, it's $12.50 per course,
which
is actually pretty good because up here in Orlando, it's $15 to $17 just for one course.
Well, that's because you're in a tourist town, bro. That's why. That's understand. Yes, Krebsy, it would be $85.
No, it's not. It's $15 to go to their thing.
But after you get a soda,
and that's a good course. They have an awesome mini golf course. It's called the Fairways over by Disney. They have one like mini golf course with the Fantasia type of course, and then they have a Fairways, which is basically a large golf course. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids shrunk it down to a miniature golf course size, 180 feet, 210 feet. It's awesome. It's an amazing thing. Best golf course probably in the state.
You can tell Roadkill's already addicted. Look, he can't even stop talking.
He can't stop talking about it. He's like, when did they come out with the sequel? Battlefront.
Like, where have you
been?
Talking about it, man. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah, we've been doing this show for 11 years, and for 8 of it, we've been talking about Battlefront 2. 8 of the 11 we've been talking, 8 of the 10 we've been talking about it. Right. All right. Let's start the show going here with the. They move stuff around here. I don't even know where the stuff is. Yeah, like move your headphones, Sarge. This is what we've been playing. If you're new here, these intros are super loud. So
for no reason.
This is your warning. 3, 2, 1. All right, Sarge. It's been 2 weeks since the last show. You had to play something, right?
I mean, I did in between me sleeping. Yeah, I did play something. It's a busy couple weeks, bro. I did manage to play another maybe 5 or 6 hours of Baldur's Gate 3, and
look at you.
You know what it is though. When you play this game, right? Because I played all the rest of them before. As I'm playing, I'm like. You're like so involved in the game, like you're doing everything. Like I'm walking around, I'm trying to talk to everybody. I'm trying to see the relationship between the characters, and then like I'll get lost on a side quest for like 40 minutes. Like what was I doing again? Was I going over here?
Yeah, that will do it to you.
It's like you're not on the clock. You know when you play a game and you pick up a quest, you're like I'm on the clock. I gotta go here. You know, and you. Follow the light. Just follow the bing light. Go. But for Baldur's Gate 3, it's not. It's like I got quests to do, and then I have to check the quest log where I got to go because I'm just wandering.
Right.
I'm just wandering around. It's really good. It's really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
I played. I had
so good. I've only put 11 and a half hours, and I've never gone back. But don't let that fool you. It's really good.
Because you got other shit to do. You got other shit to play. You're running a channel, for Christ's sake. Of course, you're playing other games. I did download a few weeks back when they were having the sale. I did get Darkest Dungeon 2, and I tried working up the courage.
Did you get it on PC or did you get it on console?
I got it on console. No, PC. It's a PC. And I maybe played for like maybe 3 or 4 hours before I got so angry I had to stop playing because it's brutal. Like you have to know how to
Right.
play that game. It's brutal. There's a lot of trial and error, understanding party composition, and the guys that you get in the beginning random, and then what guys you get early on, and who to rest and who not to rest. So it's a very unforgiving game. It's challenging. I will say that. And I was looking for games to like relax during the holidays, and I was stressing out. Like I would try to play that after like a long shift, and I'm like, I'm just angry. I'm like, I don't want to play this. It's just making me more angry. So I got like Darkest Dungeon 2 in a holding pattern. Baldur's Gate 3. I did play a few games of Dawn of War 1. I'm doing the rounds. Like I'm doing the whole campaign for each race, like just for shits and giggles because I love Warhammer stuff. What else did I play over this break? There was I took a break from Final Fantasy 12 because I was hardcoring it for like 4 weeks.
I thought you beat that already.
Nope, didn't beat it
Nope.
yet. Nope. What else? There was one other game. Something else. Come on. Oh, it'll come to me later.
All
Yeah,
right.
but I would say probably maybe the last 2 weeks I played maybe about 15 hours or 16 hours of games. Otherwise, the rest of it was
That
just
doesn't
jammed.
seem like a lot, but you're probably in the top 2% of people that played. Because I don't think I play that many
Look,
games, but then when I
it's
put in
easy.
the hours,
I'm not married. It's easy.
well, I got my end of the year record thing that they give you for like Microsoft for Xbox. I was in the top 1%, right? Now, Mo in chat, he was also in the top 1%, but he had, I believe, 10 times more hours than I did, right? So I must be at the top 1% at the very, very bottom of it, where he was in the same percent as me, but just much higher up, right? Because he put a lot more hours than I did, but I've still made it to the top 1%. So you playing 15 hours, that's pretty high up there. I would say for 1 week. Yeah, 25. Yeah, you had 25, and I had, I think 17. No. I had 13.
2,500 hours
Yeah,
of what?
just playing games.
Where does that? Where on your
It,
Xbox?
it comes to it comes to your email when you for Xbox or whatever.
I don't get that.
Microsoft like mails it to you.
What when you hit a benchmark?
Yeah. No. At the end of the year, they give you like this is what you played this year. It tells you your like number one game that you played. It tells you all that stuff. Yep. Well, if I don't know about you, Sarge, most of us got it. Yeah. I think I had 1,200. You had double my time. I think 12.
Microsoft sending me a book report for my hours of playing, huh?
Yep. They tell you your top 3 games, what achievements you got. Yep.
Let's see.
30 is a $1 billionaire. Mo's a $200 billionaire. Right. I'm at that. I just broke into that 1 percentile Clips or Jones, but Mo's up there. Right. That's funny. Yeah, it's year in review is what it is. Xbox. Look up Microsoft and it'll say year in review. While you're looking that up, I played a game called Star Trek Legends. I just started like 3-4 days ago. Okay. I saw this. Wasn't looking for this game, Sarge. This is 100% a mobile game, but it's on mobile. It's on Switch. It's on PlayStation 4. It's on Xbox One. It's on Xbox Series S and X. It's on PlayStation 5. It's on PC. It's everywhere. Okay. I played the demo on Steam. Okay. But I picked it up for console for this purpose only because I can play it on the go in the cloud. Okay, on my Xbox. So that's why I picked it up because it is like a mobile game, so it worked fine. So I've already tried it out on the Backbone and whatnot. I'm going to show you guys some footage. It's not my footage. It's from a channel called Dan's Distillery. Okay, so we're going to watch him or his gameplay, and I'll kind of talk about it a little bit. Okay, it's exactly what you guys are thinking, right? It's 100% a mobile game. Okay, but at the same time, it's not a mobile game. It's you pay. It was on sale. I got the whole edition for like $15. Or I think the original price is like $25. It's just it's a fighting game. It's just it's an RPG where you're fighting and you're collecting different Star Trek captains and crewmates and stuff like that. You're on a ship called the Artemis. Okay, but you don't get to fly the ship, which is a little disappointing, right? There's no like ship battles in the Star Trek, right? The story's pretty decent. You're trying to get back, and there's someone or something, I don't know yet. I'm only in chapter 2 of 8. Okay, is basically pulling all these people from all these different eras of Star Trek, right? So you'll play. I had a mission where I had to save Captain Kirk. We found, McCoy. We found, different people. Like, I don't even know who this girl is, right? I believe she's from the newest one, if I'm not mistaken, but I haven't watched the new Star Trek.
Which is canceled.
I think her name is
Retconned.
Burnham, I think her name is, or something like that. So in this screen, okay, you can summon, and this is sort of like a gotcha game moment type of thing, but there's no, at least not on the console version. You can't purchase anything after the fact except like DLCs and whatnot, right? Other characters. But here it's just, it means it's grindy, right? It's a gotcha game moment where it's really grindy. You upgrade all your characters. Let me see if they show it. Yeah. So like when you open up one of the boxes types things and it gives you the character, okay? And then you upgrade the characters. You go on like separate missions that you send them on. So if you have like 10 characters, you can send 4 on a routine mission, go out and try to get resources and stuff for you. There's also right here. So there is a store, right? This is the Nintendo eShop type of thing. And this is just the DLC. There's no like in-game purchases as far as like you want to play more, put in a quarter, right? Type of thing. It's none of that. And then this is where it shines, right? If you're a Star Trek fan, okay, you can collect the major guys, all right? Captains and lieutenants and medic. There's 6 different classes, and you level up each of the characters. You level up you unlock their abilities, which is on the far left there. Okay, where the circles around their head, these are different abilities that they have, like different.
What ability comes out of his crotch?
It's his legs, I think.
He
gets to sleep. He gets to sleep with everyone on the crew.
Is that the Riker maneuver? Is that
yes, the Riker gets to sleep with everybody on the crew.
Right.
But you unlock different gadgets to help you. So like if you have, you can put more health on you, more defense on you, and whatnot. So this is it's a simple game. It's just I'll play some. I'll show you what a battle sequence is, right?
What happened to you? Are you my brother? What happened to you that you got played this game?
Look, I just look for stuff.
Did you hit your head? Did you electrocute yourself?
I play a lot of these games, right? I play a lot of these games. I played like Galactic Hero, Star Wars 1. I've played the Marvel's Fighters 1.
I played it for a week and stopped. I know. Go ahead.
Correct, right? What I don't like about those games on the mobile phone is because you only can do like 5 missions a day or some shit like that, right? This I can just constantly play, and that's what I like. So I'm just playing, going through the story, and there's different chapters. There's different chapters of the story. One of the downsides for me personally is I wish there was more dialogue as far as like the actors speaking the roles instead of me reading. I think that would bring a whole lot more to it. But basically, it's just it's a little story, and you're going mission to mission, finding different things, and there's choices, which is actually pretty cool, right? So let's say we're done with this fight, and it says explore, and you go to the next station, it says explore, and it says, do you want to hack the machine or do you want to fight your way through? And it branches off, and you can go different routes and whatnot. And as you get damaged, you have to go to the next fight. You can't heal yourself, so you have to make sure you're powered up enough. You have enough, meds and whatnot. So it's cool. Not great, but if you're a Star Trek fan, you might want to pick this up. I think it's on sale for a couple more days. Like I said, it's a cheap game. You can get it for, I think it's like $12, $15. I think it's for the regular game, it's less than 10. If you get all the DLCs, it's like 15. Okay, and the normal price is like 25. So I've been playing Star Trek Legends. It's got pretty good reviews so far. I think it's like an 8 or something like that. But that's what I've been playing for that. Other than that, I've been playing lots of Marvel Rivals. I finished the season pass, which was short anyway. But with the chrono tokens, we'll talk about that in a second because the chrono tokens, Marvel Rivals, with the new season coming out, with the new characters coming in, and the new game modes that they've extracted from the place. Lots of different stuff happening with Marvel Rivals, but I've been playing a crap ton of Marvel Rivals, and I've been playing a little bit of Fortnite with my son. We've been playing some of the Battle Royale stuff, and today he got excited because he's like, I wish we could do private matches, but you have to be a creator. And I was like, a creator of what? He's like, an epic creator. You got to be an epic creator you have to apply to it. I go, I'm an epic creator. He's like, no, you're not. Right? I'm like, I am. I was like, yeah, I've had it for years, like since like 2017 or whatever. Hence why in Discord today, chat, I go, hey, you know what? If you guys are playing Fortnite or whatever, I totally forgot I was part of the creator program. I was like, use my code, right? And he's like, no way, we could play private servers. So he's been playing with the private servers today because now we're the creator. It was like I told my son, I was like, I was cool for a moment, right? I was like, I am a creator. He's like, no, you're not. Totally shot me down. But that's what so I got a creator code, and so he's playing that. So we've been playing some Fortnite. And then I've been playing Indiana Jones. And let me tell you, man, I'm almost done with it. We'll probably finish it on Monday, okay, when we play after a stream Monday night. I'm loving this game, Sarge. Like, as much as people want to hate on Xbox, not making a game, not having exclusives, not doing all this stuff, whatever, I was worried about this when they first announced it. We were worried a little bit because it was going to be a first-person game and not a third-person game. I am absolutely loving this game. It's phenomenal, right? If you guys played and watched me on Monday, we played this little hidden area where there's like a giant snake I had to fight against. I was like, this is badass, man. I jump scared me, right? I got killed by a giant anaconda snake or whatever, okay? Indy hates snakes, right? The puzzles...
I do know that.
Right? The puzzles are just good. They're not... It's not amazing. They're just fun. They're good. The story, phenomenal. This is Indiana Jones 4, Sarge. Like, this is a playable movie game that's just as good as the movies. The acting in this is phenomenal, right? Voss, okay, the bad guy is, like, we're talking, obviously it won't happen. He should be nominated for, like, an Academy Award, okay? Like, the acting for the villain in this game, I'm just like, this is great. Troy Baker as Harrison Ford, this is why Disney picked up the phone, right? They're like, this is successful. Because Harrison Ford is old and brittle, and he's not coming back, right? But Indiana Jones Harrison Ford inside the video games is alive and well, okay? And Troy Baker's a young guy, and he sounds and is Harrison Ford in this Indiana Jones. And I said when I was playing, I go, I hope they make more of these, right? I hope they make more of these games. I hope they do some DLC. I'm not done with the game, but I have to say it might be my game of the year for 2024 that came out of all the other games I've played. Not the game of the years that have been nominated, like my game of the year. It's a really good game. It's really, really good. So that's what I've been playing. I've been playing all those games over the last 2 weeks or so. So let's get to the top stories for 2024/2025. All right. Here it comes, chat. Watch out. Sarge's face every time I start the things is hilarious. He's like. So, since we're talking about Indiana Jones and Marvel Rivals, let me start off right here with the first story, Sarge, which is Indiana Jones. All right, they're ready. Disney's ready. It's not even out for PlayStation yet. Okay, it came out for Game Pass. It came out for Xbox. It came out for PC. And Indiana Jones and the Great Circle was successful enough, okay, that Disney reportedly picked up the phone and wants more. Okay, so Indiana Jones, the Great Circle has been a pretty great play, but it's also been seamlessly great success for the right holder. Disney reportedly wants more indie games in the future. Now, I don't think they should do games like wait 4 years to do a game. I think they should get right on this right now and make DLCs sort of like Borderlands did for Borderlands, right? Just keep adding to the game. And the side quests in this game, Sarge, don't feel like side quests. They feel like spin-offs of the main story. Like, because you're an archaeologist, right? You're finding different things and you're giving different clues and different stuff. Like, I found a secret, okay? And the only reason I could do this secret behind a fucking waterfall, Sarge? I lost my mind. How many games in the last like half a decade I see a waterfall, I go up to the waterfall, and there's nothing behind it. I'm like, what are you doing? So there's this waterfall in the corner of this map. I get there, and I go, I saw it. I was in the boat, and I went, I'm going to turn around, because my mind's like, it's not going to be there. And I went, you know what? I'm going to get out of the boat. I went up to the waterfall, right? And I was like, oh, there's nothing here. And then all of a sudden, I see a little sliver, and I was like, oh. I was like, that's right. There's something behind the waterfall. And then there was a door with a code. And the only reason I could open this door is because I've been collecting all of these other pieces throughout the entire game. And then I had to figure out the code, and then I got it open. I was like, this game of the year, right? Game of the year just for that alone, for the hidden waterfall entrance and a puzzle behind the thing. But they should add more. They should make this sort of like, I know I said, like Borderlands, but what I'm saying is, like, it's like a television show, you know what I mean? Like, they could make little smaller episodic type of missions and stuff that you go on. Maybe you have to collect something from Egypt, or maybe you have to collect something from, and it doesn't have to be a 20, 30-hour campaign. It could be like a 5 to 8 hour, like, smaller piece of story or whatnot, right? I don't know. It just, it's really good. So, Windows Central journalist leaker Jez Corden said, who said he heard that Disney picked up the phone and wants more Indiana Jones in an episode of the Xbox 2 podcast, weeks after Machine Games and Bethesda launched their own first-person take on the iconic Tomb Raider adventures. Now, just earlier this month, Lucasfilm Game Vice President General Manager Douglas Freely spoke about the possibilities of more whip-cracking adaptations. Also, while nothing's officially in development, Riley said that the team has always been looking for great stories, and the good news is there's a lot of space between the films, and there's also tell more of Indiana Jones stories that they think would be also super interesting. So I think they have a winner here. What Machine Games has done here is really good. I think we could have the next, even though Tomb Raider and Uncharted were based off of Indiana Jones, we could have the next Tomb Raider / Uncharted with this Indiana Jones video game. All right. So what do you think, Sarge? I know obviously these are not your type of games.
It is. I just don't have the time. I don't have the time. That's just everything for me is time. You have to understand. I promised myself a few years back that I had to take a percentage of time playing games, and I had to do it put it towards doing stuff better for me. So I spent, maybe instead of spending like 20 or 30 hours playing video games, I spent maybe 15 of those hours or 10 of those hours. Like I'm online doing stock stuff, bro. Like I can't keep playing as much as I did. It doesn't benefit me at all. That's why I can only play so many hours in a week. But I know it's on Game Pass, so I know I'll get to play it on Game Pass. I'll make sure I download it before it goes away, and I'm sure I'll try it because I love Indiana Jones. Just the issue is, it's time. It's a time thing, right? And for me, I know a lot of you don't get this yet because you're not old like me, because I'm an old man at this point, as far as gaming goes. Right, I still got pretty good wrinkles things here, and not too bad. But for me, you have to be in there. There's a mood. Like, I'm in a mood to play a certain thing. Like, I'm not all googly-eyed about the same game all the time. Like for a brief moment, I thought about playing Division again because I just wanted to explore DC, and then I was like, nope. Like, and the mood's got to hit me. Like I actually really want to play something, and I'll play it. But it's not like my brain's not wandering around screaming, "Give me!" Like I don't.
Jesus.
I don't do that anymore. It's different. It's different. I don't know how to explain it. I figure eventually you guys will understand what the hell I'm doing.
Eclipse says, I think the DLC would be the best idea because people on Game Pass will have to buy that. Right. Sort of like what they did for Minecraft Dungeons and stuff like that. Right.
Right.
So like Minecraft Dungeons has a main game. You can play it on Game Pass, but then if you want to play the DLCs, you have to buy the DLCs. Yep. Right. I think you're right, Eclipse. 100%. I think that would be a great business model for them if they wanted to do that. And obviously, if you're not on Game Pass, then you would have to purchase the game and buy all the DLCs. But that's okay. Like, see, this is what I never understood about the gaming market. Right, a lot of gamers don't want to buy DLCs because it costs money. But then when they get a free game, they'll defend the microtransactions to hell and back because they're like, well, no, it's a free to play game. How do you think they're going to make their money? It's like, well, how do you think the game that makes their money with making content makes money, right? Like, you buy the DLCs, you play the DLCs. You don't have to buy the DLCs. You could just play the main game and be happy with that and be done with it, right? So I think that's a smart idea if they did the content on Game Pass for the DLCs, because they would make more money that way, because get them in with Game Pass and then sell them the DLCs for the people. So I'm glad that it's actually it's pretty popular. I don't know if they don't tell you actually the numbers, but it's a good game. If you guys like playing games and you want to play a game that's actually done, it's not broke, it's not buggy, it's not unfinished, right? Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is an actual game. It released. It's on Game Pass. It's on PC. It's coming to PlayStation. It's a good game. So if you want to play good games and you want other good games to be made, then you have to buy the good games that come out, right? So,
I mean, just ask Dustin.
Right.
just ask Dustin. Anybody has any question about any game at all, just ask Dustin.
Jay Breezy says, wait, so Indiana Jones is worth playing? Yeah, 100%. If you like those puzzle type games, if you like the adventure games, if you like Tomb Raider, if you liked Uncharted, you'll love Indiana Jones. And if you love Indiana Jones, this is a must play. This is Indiana Jones: The Great Circle is the Hogwarts Legacy for Harry Potter fans, right? Is the Jedi Survivor for Star Wars fans, right? Like if you like that type of IP, this is the thing that you need to play for that IP. It's 100% worth it.
Yeah, but don't forget they didn't do anything with Indiana Jones for so long, and the movie that came out, nobody cared about, right? The Crystal Skull thing was a disaster, right? And there's a generation of people that don't know who the fuck Indiana Jones is. They know Uncharted, they know Lara Croft, so to them, that's like the action adventure to us. Like the older people who know and grew up with Indiana Jones like the game, but it's like, you can't introduce Indiana Jones now to the younger generation and expect them to like latch on to it at all, because they've already grown up with Lara and Uncharted. They've already grown up with it. So it's like, to them, that's like the third person, right? Instead of being the first person, it's the third.
No, for them, it's the guy from Fortnite is what it is, right? They're like, oh, that's the guy from Fortnite.
Right.
Right. How long's the story? We've done 5 playthroughs on stream, averaging about 4 hours. So we're around 24, 25 hours. And I haven't done all the side quests. So I would say with the side quests and with the main story, maybe 30 hours. Cause I think we're at the last section. On Monday, we should be able to beat it. Maybe another 2 streams. So maybe 6, 7 streams total at 4 hours apiece. So maybe like 28, 30 hours. So it's definitely worth it.
So that's a full game. 30 plus hours is a full game.
Ray says he likes the Crystal Skull movie. We're going to have to ban you, Ray.
No, Ray's allowed to like Crystal Skull.
I know. I'm just messing with you. I don't even know what movie he's talking about. It doesn't exist in my...
Did he watch the original 3?
I have no idea.
Right, that's, so... And wasn't there one after that? I don't even know about that one. Like, I don't know about that one at all. Like, I don't even know what movie you're talking about.
Yeah, that movie and the last movie don't exist.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's only 3 Indiana Jones movies, and now 4 with the video game. That's how good the video game is. It's the 4th movie.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to see that at least they know how to capture the Indiana Jones feel and put it into a video game. I still think that's exactly why it's first person and not third person, because they wanted you to feel like Indy.
Okay, I didn't even go into this when I played it, but they nailed the humor, the action sequences, the timing. Like when I mean about the timing is the way the lines are delivered. You remember the 3 movies? I know you remember, right? The way the dialogue was written in the 80s for those films, they've captured that in this, right? They've captured the feeling like you're an archaeologist going into these hidden secret areas that have been buried for thousands of years, and how to open up some of the stuff. The puzzles are not super difficult, but at the same time they're not holding your hand. There's like 1 or 2 puzzles that the NPC helps you with, like, hey, grab this what's this handle over here? And you're like, what? She's like, oh, the handle right here. What's this handle? Right? You're like, shut up, I'm looking for stuff, right? And she's telling you where it is. Like, there's like once or twice, right? Just smack her upside the head. But overall, it's a phenomenal thing. Yeah, exactly, Wolverine. Wolverine says, Indy ended when they ran into the sunset with his father. Yep. Last Crusade, man. That was the last one. I think that's one of my favorite ones. I know a lot of people like the first one the most. But I like Sean Connery, and I love the Last Crusade. Just for some reason, maybe because I was older when it came out, and I understood it a little bit more. And that first movie gave me nightmares for fucking ever when they open up the Ark and it just melts the Nazis like that. Between that and Poltergeist, I was scarred for at least 15 years, right?
Oh yeah, the bathroom scene from Poltergeist.
Yeah, like those things that scarred the shit out of me.
Now remember, those were practical effects back then, and they were amazing.
Oh yeah,
they were amazing effects before.
Well, you know how they did that effect with the face melting?
It's sped up.
Yeah, well, what they did was they made a claymation type of thing, right? And then they sped it up after they did a blowtorch to him. Yeah, and that looks amazing for that thing.
It does look amazing.
Yeah. Let's see. It was the first one I saw, hearing Connery say, "Junior will be timeless." Yeah, yeah. Well, that was the first one you watched. You watched The Last Crusade. That was your first. It's
yeah. See, I told you there's a gap. There's a gap for a lot of people, and they just didn't. It's hard to see it because you don't really notice it because you're just going through life, right? Like you don't think about it, but there's these defining moments in your life where you begin to remember things, and then time stops of where things change for what you believe your world was at that time, right? So like whatever happened to you in your teenage years, right? The hangout years with your friends, the teens and 20s, and like where you hung out, what movies and songs you watched, like what concert you went to. Like there's a time gap, and then that gap's over for you and it moves over to the next thing for your next section of life. And everybody's in their own, right? That's why people hang out with the like-minded people, because you can have discussions about things that you grew up with or things that you watch because you all watched it around the same time. When you start crossing boundaries and age gaps, it's a little bit harder because they don't know what you're talking about, or you don't understand what they're saying.
Yeah. What Indiana Jones came out, 84?
The original?
The original, 84?
Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Or was it 82?
No, Raiders of the Lost Ark, I think, was 80.
No.
I think it was 80.
Hold on, I'll look it up.
Because the Temple of Doom was like early 80s. I'm pretty sure. It's a blur at this point because it was close to Star Wars.
1984, May 8th, 1984. I'm sorry, 81. 81, 84, 89, 2008, 2023.
Yeah, see,
so
81.
81. Yeah, so I was 3. Right?
Right, you had no idea what that movie was.
I was 3.5, 4 years old.
Right, you had no idea what that movie was. I
sitting in mom's lap at the theater.
I saw it at 7.
Yeah.
I thought it was the coolest adventure movie ever.
Scarred me because I didn't know what the hell was going on. Saw people's faces melting. Okay. And then 84, we saw Temple of Doom, Monkey Brains, Shock to Da, Shock to Day. Right. And then Last Crusade. That's why I think it's my favorite, because I was older. I was like 9.
But that's what it is. Like
9.
In that age bracket, when you're like 6 or 7 to
no, I was 11. 11 when the last one came out.
When you're like 6 or 7 to like maybe like early teens, and you watch the movies growing up, if you go back and try to watch those now, you see the movie completely different than what you saw it the first time, because you understand concepts.
Well, I go back now,
but you don't think that way. You don't look at a movie and say, I should go back because I understand more concepts now. Like, you don't say that. You just know you watch the movie. But let's say you're sitting at home and your wife's not bothering you and your kids are out of the house and you happen to watch an old movie come on that you watched when you were a kid, and you haven't seen it since, and you actually watch it because no one's bothering you, you actually pay attention, right? It's in a completely different movie to you. It's a completely different movie than what you remember.
Yeah, everything hits differently when you're...
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I go back and watch old movies, and I'm like, I thought I knew, but I didn't know. And then now I know, and I'm like, this is a really good movie.
Right.
Yeah.
You might pick up stuff that you didn't pick up before, or even understand the concepts of the plot that you didn't understand before.
All right. The next thing I want to talk about is Marvel Rivals, right? So I'm enjoying Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals, this morning, we had a story about leaked, Fantastic Four potentially could be coming, and now it's official because Marvel Rivals came out just a couple hours after they leaked it and said that next Monday they're coming out with a trailer. It's going to be a fantastic trailer, which is a hint because they show the Fantastic Four on the stuff. So I'm glad I was correct, Sarge, because before the game came out and we were talking and making predictions and whatnot, I said per season, I was like, they got to release more than one per season. I was like, they got to do a minimum. I remember talking about this. I don't know if it was on this show or my own show on Daily Grind, but I remember specifically saying they got to do 2 or more. I was like, just because the fact that if they put one new person in the game, everyone's going to pick that person. And when you play a game, only 2 people can be the new people. But if you put 2, 3, 4 people in a season, then multiple people could be brand new characters and you start testing of the dynamics of the stuff. Well, supposedly there's going to be like 6 characters in the season, right? So they have the Fantastic Four. They're coming out. Thing, Torch, Invisible Woman, and Reed Richards, right? Mr. Fantastic. So they have those 4 coming in the game. And then they're talking about maybe even Blade and Ultron also coming in to season 1. So right now, potentially we have 6 characters, could be more, coming into season 1. So there's going to be 4 in the beginning, and then 4 maybe in the halfway or 2 in the halfway point, which I think is a smart decision because it's just changed the whole dynamic of the game regardless. It's 6 new characters that you're going to have to learn and try to master even more.
I get it, right? What I'm trying to figure out is the how do I say this correctly? The sheer number of characters in the Marvel universe, they're using that as the cushion in order to prolong what it is they want to do because they can keep the hype train up longer while they're deciding on what to actually do with game modes, right? Because let's say it was a fixed number, just to say, right? Let's say it was a fixed number like Overwatch was. They would play it for 6-8 months. Everyone would become really good with all the characters, and another game would come out and would taper off, right? Because this is
right. Well, they're only adding like 1 character in the season.
Completely understand. My fear, though, is them using this overwhelming library of characters to keep people hyped up and interested, but really nothing's going on as the meat of the game. It's just what it is. Supposed to be fun. Leave it alone. Don't try to balance it. Right.
Yeah.
And just have fun with it. Understandable. But I still don't think to me, it's an artificial way of trying to keep the people there because you can just keep bringing characters in. I'm just saying, right? I got the little list sent to me via, I don't know what are the websites of the things coming out this year, the games coming out this year.
Oh, it's
right?
ridiculous here. Yeah.
Right. So all I'm saying is when your stupid little line of who's playing fucking Rivals goes down, don't everybody have a conniption and say the game is dead?
Well, that's going to happen anyway. Yeah,
it's going to happen anyway. What I'm saying is they're just giving you a lot more options. You're bound to find out they got a character that you like that you'll come in and play.
Yeah, I think it's genius. First off, I think the 6 characters, minimum 4 per season. I think they should do 6 to 8 every season, right? By the end of the year, you have an additional 40 characters, okay? Like, it's ridiculous, and I think it's supposed to be ridiculous because there might be someone that's not playing Marvel Rivals right now, and all of a sudden, they put in Blade, and all of a sudden it goes, wait, Blade's in that game? And then all of a sudden, new people come to that game and start playing because Blade's in the game, or Ultron comes to the game, or the Fantastic Four comes to the game. People that are playing the game right now that are just loving the characters they are, but maybe they don't like those. Maybe they're getting a little tired of some of the characters. All of a sudden, they do this, they paddles. Boom, here it is, season 1. You're like, oh, shit, I get 4 new characters right off the bat. We might get 2 to 4 characters mid-season, so 6 weeks later, you're going to get another 2 to 4 characters, okay? Then you're getting new maps. You're getting seasonal events. You're getting the new game modes that they're putting in. I think if they do this correctly, this could have legs for a really long time, even with the dips, because they know there's going to be dips. Hence why they're putting characters halfway through the season, not like Overwatch. It's like, we got 1 new character coming out this season, and you got to do the whole battle pass to get to it. It's like, Marvel's like, all characters are free. We're giving you 4 up front. Boom. We're giving you new maps. We're giving you new game modes. Okay. And then once you're done with those characters, let's say you just come in, speed run, maybe you're done with the season pass, all of a sudden they go halfway season event, boom. Here's a new season event. Maybe it's a PvE thing, maybe it's a capture the flag thing, maybe whatever it is. Here's more characters coming in. That'll bring you back over and over and over because they know people are going to go, they're like, oh, they're getting bored. They played the Fantastic Four and they're like, oh, it's starting to dip. And they go, oh, let's Blade and Ultron coming in. Here's the new festival. And they're like, oh, it's dipping down again. They're like, oh, we're putting Cyclops in. And there's, Juggernauts coming in. And then just keep adding more characters. They have a really good thing that they can do here. Now, what I think is the thing that could put the bullet in the head for Overwatch, okay? And I was talking about this earlier today, Sarge, right? Because Overwatch...
Bullet to the head. Take it easy, bro.
Overwatch was supposed to have a PvE single player, level up your characters. If you want to be Tracer level 10, level 50, you go on these missions and whatnot. But they pulled it all, okay? And I had two theories of this, okay? One of them is that they didn't know about Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals has been in development for 3-4 years, but they didn't know about it, okay?
Yeah, but they got lazy. They didn't even care about their own game.
Yeah, but hold on a second. They didn't know about Marvel Rivals at all. And then they said, oh, yeah, we're doing PvE. We're doing all this stuff. This is what we're doing for Overwatch 2, Overwatch 2, Overwatch 2. They had no competition. They had no competition. And then all of a sudden, they got a whiff. They went, what's that? Wait. Someone else is making an Overwatch game? And then all of a sudden, Marvel Rivals showed it in May and said, yeah, this game's coming out this year. We're like, holy shit. And all of a sudden, Blizzard's like, we're canceling PvE. Right, we're canceling it. We're just doing Overwatch 2, and they didn't know what to do because now they actually have competition against themselves, basically. Right. So, if Marvel comes out three seasons from now, we're talking August of this year. All of a sudden, they announce they go, we have a single player PvE event coming in, or single player, like we're doing single player stuff. Mic drop, done. Everyone that was waiting for Overwatch to do that, which got disappointed, they're playing Marvel Rivals. And those people that were waiting, and they go, wait, they're going to have single player? They're going to have PvE type events? Like, how cool would it be if you had a 4-player team go up against, Galactica, or a big mission against Doctor Doom, like a mission. Just, it's an event, but it's a 4-player, 6-player Destiny Strike-esh type of stuff where you're going through a mission and then you have a boss fight at the end. Doesn't have to be here all season, but it's in the game modes to do it. It'd be amazing, right? And then people be like, oh yeah, Marvel's it. So they have a lot of different avenues they can go. One of the things is a game mode got leaked, okay? And they're talking about a capture the flag game mode that might come into season 1, okay? Now, I have a problem if they bring a capture the flag in. I mentioned it the other day. I said it'd be cool because like Spider-Man's fast. He can travel real fast to get the flag and whatnot, right? But there's a balance issue with capture the flag, okay? And the balance issue has nothing to do with the superhero abilities of all the other characters. It has to do with one character, and that's Doctor Strange, okay? Doctor Strange, people have been doing it already, where they open a portal up, they put it in front of the doorway, and they put the other one off to the side of the map, and the people are flying off the map because the door opens, they run through, and they're just dead because they don't know it's an actual, like, portal. They just think it's the world, right? So, obviously, there's other doors to go out now, right? There was before, but...
That's a good troll, though.
Absolutely, right?
That's a good troll.
So, Doctor Strange...
Chambers going to game.
If there is a capture the flag... Doctor Strange would just open a portal up, put the other portal over by the thing, and you just jump through, grab the flag, go through, done, right? That's what it would be. So they have to do something. If it's it can't be a normal capture the flag. It's got to be something along the lines as a stipulation of something.
So just roll with the punch, right? Just let the game be the game, right? If that's really the case, if the case that Doctor Strange is the problem, right? Then have it be called Doctor Strange's Capture the Flag and have him be like the referee.
Oh, yeah, you can't use Doctor Strange in that thing. You can't use
Doctor Strange, right? And he tells you straight to your face.
The Winterfest was you could only use Jeff the Land Shark in that mission. So they could take it where
lean into the skid. He comes out and says, I came out with this new game mode. Have Doctor Strange tell you, and they're like, I can't play for obvious reasons, right? And so
I had to hold the time continuum in place.
Yeah, like make a joke about it, and then just let them play. But don't don't try to curb it, man. Don't try to put brakes on a game that's going down the hill. People are enjoying themselves. Just let it play out, man. Don't start putting roadblocks in now. Don't.
Right. Yeah. I think it's going to be interesting. Like, if it's just a normal capture the flag, I think they're going to have problems. But they can. You're right. They could literally just take Doctor Strange out of that game mode for that season or for that event, and they don't have to do it. Right. They Rodriguez says that they can make it a. Where is it?
There you go.
They can make it a flag.
Ray said
don't
the right
pass
thing.
through the portal too. That's true. Right. The portal's made. You get there right away, but you have to run back. You can't go through the portal.
There you go.
That's
another
good
That's
example.
still a little too easy because you're still getting their lickety split. So
Ray says secondary objective: capture Doctor Strange.
yeah, he's the flag.
Oh,
There you go.
that'll be interesting.
A flag's not a flag; it's an actual person.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they could do so many good things. And what I really like, Sarge, they did it. They put comic books in a comic book game. Okay,
Incredible.
it's amazing. I've been asking for comic books in a comic book game. I went one step further, though. Right? I want them to go full-fledged. Give me a comic book DLC. We were just talking about Indiana Jones DLC, right? Think about this, Sarge. They charge $28 for a skin, or for a bundle, I should say, right? $25 to $28 for a bundle. You get like an emote, you get like a finishing screen, you get a nameplate, you get the skin.
What a bargain! Sounds
Okay.
so good. What a bargain!
Well, how about this bargain for you? What about if they did a comic book, and in there each character had their own comic book story, right? They have stories and stuff now, but I'm talking about each one has a story, and all you got to do is maybe do like 6 to 10 missions, and as you complete the missions, it completes their comic book, and you can collect the comic book. Now, it's single player story stuff, but just for that character. There's 33 characters in the thing right now, and if they did comic book DLC for each of the characters, and they charge $20 a pop, okay, for each one, that's $5,000 right there just off the 33, okay? Or no, is that right? No, it's $500. Sorry, that's $500 off of just the DLC of 33 characters. And they keep adding characters, right? You would have the Fantastic Four comic book that comes out this year. I love that they put the comic books in. I love that they have a nice story for each one. I love when you go to the characters. Each of the characters have their own little story as well. I know I'm like gushing over the game, but this is like the first Marvel game that's finally like understanding that, hey, comic book people like comic book games, then they look like comic books, right? Like it's not rocket science here, okay? It's literally we love the comic book characters. Now they make them look badass, right? They're putting comic books in the comic book game, and it's fun to play. I know it's mind blowing. It's mind blowing. What a recipe for disaster, right? Fun game with characters that we love. It's amazing, right? Well, you could. That's what I'm saying, right? Buy the comic book, right? Buy the physical, and you get a skin. They could do that too. They did it with Gotham Knights. They did that with Gotham Knights. You bought the comic book. It had skins to go into the game. I'm okay with that. I did it for Suicide Squad as well. Suicide Squad, you bought the comic book, and they had digital skins that you actually put into the game. I'm cool with that stuff, right? You want to give me a physical comic book for each of the characters based on the rival's story? Cool. Let's do it, right? But I'm talking about digital, like it's the DLC. Like if you want the Captain America, you like Captain America, all of a sudden they have a Captain America comic book single player campaign thing that you can do. You could buy that $20, okay? And it comes with a skin, a badge, a nameplate, a emote, and the story. $20, $28, whatever it is. That'd be cool. I remember I bought 5 gums for the skin for Avengers game. It's all right. Did you chew the gum at least? Sarge, you still got those pins? Still got those pins, Sarge?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Sarge got the pins.
I got the pins, baby.
So they got a new game mode coming. And then there's also a couple controversial things happening with Marvel Rivals as well, right? I really don't think it's as bad as people are making it with the chrono tokens. Do you know this story, Sarge, with the chrono tokens? I think you heard me talk about it a little bit.
I've heard the controversy, but I got confused between what you actually got to keep and what you actually got to spend.
Well, it's confusing because it is confusing.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, if that's how this goes, I don't even care.
Well, I'm comparing this to because Helldivers came out and Helldivers just soaring, man. 18 million, 12 million people, 18 million people were playing the game, and then Sony knocked on the door. They're like, "Hey, I know you guys are having a cool party here, but can you have everyone sign in real quick in the middle of the party. Can you have him sign in? And everyone's like, what? No,
fucking greed,
no
bro.
one's signing into your goddamn PlayStation, right? And it killed the momentum of what Helldivers was.
Killed it, shot the puppy in the face.
Right. And now it's slowly coming back, and Helldivers is back, right? People are liking it. That's what I'm thinking about what's going on right now. Now, I'm not going to say it's the same type of thing, right? Because you're not signing in for anything. Even though they told you ahead of time and said all chrono tokens you're not going to keep. I brought it up before the season even came out, right? But here we are. Now the season's ending. Season 0 is ending, and chrono tokens are going to go bye-bye in about 10 days. 8 days, 10 days, whatever it is. And you don't get to keep it. Now, chrono tokens, Sarge, are the things that you can get for your dailies, your weeklies, your season stuff. It's like 36 a day per thing that you do. You can get like a 72 or 80 of them per day for just logging on and playing a game, right? So the currency of the chrono tokens is to use to unlock battle pass points, right? So in the war bonds in Helldivers, you have to do the missions, get the war bonds, buy the season pass, right? And then unlock the things. You can't go to the next page until you spend enough of the currency on that first page to go to the second page. Fallout does it. Everyone does it, right? A lot of games do this. So there's free spaces in the battle pass, and then there's the luxury pass, right? Sarge loves this stuff, right? So with the chrono tokens, you can get the free stuff, but you can't get the luxury unless you buy the season pass, which is $10 or whatever it is. Okay, everyone caught up with me now? Okay, but the chrono tokens go bye-bye. So if you're done with the season pass like myself, and I'm playing the game right now and I'm getting the daily chrono tokens, I have a reservoir of like 1,200, 1,500 chrono tokens that I potentially could use for the next season pass for the free spaces that I already have that you get, right? But they take those away from you because they don't want you to go past without the engagement, right? Even though you put the engagement in, we'll get to that in a second, right? The engagement, instead of doing all the engagement in season 1 and then having the stuff in season 2, even though you have to pay to get the season pass to unlock the stuff, they don't want you to do it, okay? So they're taking it away from you. Except if you buy the chrono tokens with the actual money, the money that you buy chrono tokens with, those chrono tokens stay with you, but the ones that you earn for free go bye-bye. So let me explain this to you. If I have 2,000 chrono tokens, 1,000 of them I earned and 1,000 of them I bought, I lose the 1,000 that I earned, but I keep the 1,000 that I bought, right? So it's very like, why are you doing this, right? Why are you doing this? Just let the people keep the chrono tokens. Let them spend it on the nameplate, spray paint, the things that mean absolutely nothing. You're giving it away for free anyway, right? You want engagement? The engagement's the game. The engagement's the characters. The engagement's the events. The engagement's those types of things. The battle pass, the free spaces shouldn't be the engagement that you're looking for to fluff the numbers, okay? And I think this is that moment that Sony knocked on the door and was like, hey, can you sign this permission slip before you continue playing this game? And everyone's like, fuck you. Right? The people that are playing the game and enjoying themselves right now, Net is popping up and going, hey, we know you guys are really enjoying the game, but we're going to have to take your currency away. And they're like, but I just put my 50 hours in and I earned that currency and then you're taking it away from me. And I know it's in the TOS or the EULA or whatever, but it's just like, it leaves a bad taste, right? Now, again, are a lot of people going to leave? Maybe. But it's that goodwill that if you just gave it to people, they would give you 10 times more back because you're like, yeah, I get to keep it, and now I'm going to buy a skin, right? I'm going to buy a skin. But this is just the way my process works, right? Like, I think the currency is too high anyway, right? Like, a microtransaction shouldn't be $28 for a skin. If you lower that to 15 or 10, I think you'll sell double, triple the amount. Instead of one person buying a $28 skin, you'll get 3 people buying 3 skins for $10, you know? But, so, what do you make of this with the chrono tokens, with how confusing it is, and how they're taking it away from you, and...
There's a concerted effort in the upper management that they have to go for the bottom line. It's not about games and fun. So they went with I can see it now in the compromise. In the compromise of the office talk was, well, we're going to make the game free, but we're going to have to do this, this, and this in order to make the game free, because they realized at that time that if they release the game for a price point, they might not get a large enough pool of people in to make their number, right? So when you do a free-to-play game, you're looking for longevity because you have to get people to stay long enough in order to recoup your money. You're not getting your money back right away,
Right.
You have to wait. So they have to put in natural pauses in time and natural things that elongate the process of you playing the game that you're not thinking about on a daily basis. You just think it's another day, it's another thing. It's just what I have to do. And then over time, you don't remember or you don't care. And so they'll get their money eventually, right? I don't like anything that has to do with not real money. I don't like another currency being inside a game. I want a price tag on a item, what it is, and I don't want any other currencies in there. If you want me to buy something, to put a price tag on it, and that's it. I don't want any outside manipulation of any kind of currencies, right? Just tell me what it is, and we'll move on, right? Don't like it because it's not about me. It's about kids
Right.
and their daddy's credit cards and shit.
Yeah.
Because that's how you know it's abuse. It's manipulation and abuse. Otherwise, you would just put a price tag on it, right?
Right. Well,
That's
I think if they take the chrono tokens out, take the currency out and just make it XP, right? If they just made it XP in the game and your XP goes up and it unlocks certain things, that would be fine. But because it's a currency that you can purchase or convert your real money into, right? Old battle passes, if you didn't complete a battle pass, you would have to purchase the rest of the battle pass to complete it, right? And that was the FOMO. They're not taking the battle pass away from you, but they're taking your currency that you get for the battle pass away from you, right? So it's like you have to pay the $10 if you want to not have FOMO. So the FOMO is, if you don't want FOMO, pay $10, which is fine, right? If you want the cosmetics, pay the $10, keep the season pass, and then next season, your first season pass is still there. But taking away the chrono tokens is just ridiculous. And I think I'm telling you, man, if they just stop what they're trying to do here and just let the people keep their chrono tokens, obviously, if they let people keep it, they're going to lower the amount of chrono tokens you get, right? Because if they let you keep it, they're going to have to lower the amount you're getting every day because they don't want you to
It's
surpass.
Right.
It's one way or the other. They're just trying to figure it out. They'll let you keep the chronos, but they're going to lower the price of it.
Because they're trying to dictate on when they get their money
Right.
as opposed to just paying for the product. I get you wanted a free-to-play game with Marvel because that gives you the biggest pool to work with. Then the psychologists come over and they figure out the percentage of people that are going to come in, the whales, that are going to spend the money in order for you to make back the loss for the actual making of the game. They factor it all in. Yes, a lot of people aren't going to buy skins, right? You buy 2 skins or 3 skins, that's the price of the game. Right, I'm pretty sure at 40 heroes, someone's buying 3 skins.
Well,
right?
Here's the other thing, right?
I'm pretty sure they're getting to get their money.
Right. Let me see. How many people do you think of 20 million people that are playing the game? What percent of people do you think bought the $18 Wolverine skin, or the the $16 Mantis skin? Right. 2%, 10%. What do we think?
First of all, am I believing there's an actual 200,000 people playing this game?
No, 20 million.
20 million. I'm sorry, 20 million people playing the game.
20 million people logged in and played the game.
Logged in, but are playing it. We're just saying 20 million.
Log in, played, whatever. That's what they said. 20 million people downloaded the game and turned it on.
I mean, I'll say maybe 3% bought Wolverine skin.
All right, well, 3%. When I say Wolverine skin, I'm talking about how many people do you think bought a $20, $25 skin out of the 20 million people? 3%?
Just Wolverine or just any skin?
Any skin that's $20.
That's like 30%. 30% easy.
Yeah. So 30% of 20 million at $20 a pop on their one skin that they sold in the preseason skins, and there's 33 characters. These guys are making their money back. Let's be honest, right?
Of course they are. So siding on the side of logic that they're going to sell skins, why the finagling of the actual currency? Why?
Right.
Because they're greedy.
It just seems weird to me. I feel like, again,
the guys are greedy. Right? If you would have sold the goddamn game, you would have sold 8 million copies, 10 million copies, and then maybe 10 million copies over the lifetime of the game, right? You'd have got your money. But instead you wanted to do the reverse. So you got to make sure you pull the slot machine as many times as you can, right? That's the name of the game. It's not about the game.
But that's my thing, right? There's going to be people that don't buy skins at all. There's going to be people that play the game and don't buy the season pass at all.
That's correct.
Right? There's going to be people who will just grind for the currency.
But the percentage of people that do will pay for the game. It's not a
But
problem.
my point is, even if the person that doesn't buy a skin, doesn't buy a battle pass, and they grind 100 hours to get the chrono tokens so they can get the 3 free things per page, who is that affecting in any way, shape, or form?
It affects their bottom line, and they don't care about that scrub. That's the difference. They don't care about that scrub, right? The way they look at it, you're lucky you're getting free currency, right? That's the way they're looking at it, right? You're lucky you're getting the free currency to begin with. So
Right.
go ahead and spend it during the time frame that we allowed you to spend it in, because we allowed you to have it. But if you want the real stuff, you have to be a real consumer. Like, that's what they said to you without saying any words at all. That's what that says. I mean, I don't. Once again, I understand that a lot of people don't know they're being manipulated. That's the other half of the game, which is why there needs to be protections for children, because it's a fucking video game.
Yeah, no, my biggest thing with Marvel Rivals or any game like this is that the microtransactions are too high of a price. That's my personal problem with
One
with
third
games
the
like
price
this.
of a game. 1/3 the price of a game is not a microtransaction.
Right, for one skin. Right?
not.
Back in the old days, you would pay $40, $50, $60 for this game, and you would come with 10 characters, 15 characters. They're giving you 33 characters, all free, but they're charging $25 for a skin.
I mean, if your brain doesn't ring when you hear $25 digital skin, then you're not ready to be an adult. I don't know what to tell you. Like, if your brain doesn't ding, something doesn't activate in your head, like, you're not ready to be an adult yet. Enjoy yourself.
25 times 33 is $825. That's how much it would cost you to get one skin per character for the game. Okay. I mean, that's Ubisoft. That's Ubisoft crazy.
I mean, let's reverse it. You don't think that you release, how many characters were on the release?
33.
Right? So you don't think for the release of 33 characters was enough to charge you $30-$40 for a game, and then the next 25 characters is an additional $25?
I mean,
like,
I'm okay.
Like, what's the difference?
I'm okay with the free to play model. I just think it's too expensive for the cosmetics. I again, you would make way more money. Okay, for every person that's a whale that's buying $1,000 of skins. Okay, you're gonna get another person that can buy the skins that goes, oh, you know what? It's not gonna break the bank. I'll buy 1 skin, 2 skins, 3 skins. But
yeah, but not to mention the fact that we haven't even gotten started yet. Like, the actual game hasn't even gotten started yet, right? There hasn't been a background of the game yet. It just came out. Right? It just came out, right? So you don't think that in March of this year, there's not going to be a spring sale of like a lot of like 30 skins for X number of dollars? Because they're trying to
every week, every Tuesday. Yeah, every Tuesday.
Trying to move it like that.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And he says the Bungie CEO is buying miniature models next. No more players left in Destiny. Oh, so Pete Parson can't buy cars anymore? He's going to buy miniature cars instead?
Yeah, I expect things to start moving around with firings right around the end of the fiscal year. So that's like the end of February, beginning of March. So
Robert Jones says, when they charge a lot for skins, I just become a real free to play player, and your game dies. Yeah, I think what happens is because then less and less people are buying more skins, right? Like, if you have, let's say you have 1,000 people spending $1,000, they're like the whales, right? Every season, okay, but that's going to become less and less because they're not going to be able to continue playing and spending $1,000 every season.
Why not?
So it's going to be what I'm saying. Well, there's other games, Sarge. They're going to go play other things, right?
I mean, well, that's my argument. Are they? I mean, I got the list of games. Are you going to stop playing Rivals?
I mean, we have people. I forget if it was Nate. Nate, if you're here, let me know. I think Nate, if I'm not mistaken, said that he bought all the characters in the First Descendant. Like, he purchased the skins for each of the characters. After he bought, he never played the game again.
which is why I tell you, in certain people's heads, it's disposable income. It doesn't matter to them. You're thinking of the number in your head that you spend on video games as a number you spend for entertainment purposes, and it doesn't matter the form it takes. It's just the number that it is. Right. So if I say I spend, let's say I spend on a monthly basis, let's say I spend $500 on entertainment, just for a number to play with, right? Whether I'm going to the movies or doing whatever else, it's 500 is 500. I have the number in my head. So if I want to buy skins for a game I like to play, then it's part of that 500. It doesn't fucking matter, right? But on an individual basis, I could use that money for something else, but you're not living in that world. You just want what you want, press the button and play. I get it.
I'm okay with the battle pass, Mo, like in any game. You guys know my model, right? I won't buy the battle pass unless I put the time in the game to beat the battle pass, right? I will not purchase the battle pass day 1. I'll purchase it on day 70 because I put the time in, and if I complete the battle pass, then I'll purchase the battle pass because if I like it, then I'll purchase it, right? I will not give you my money in front, right? I don't care if it's FOMO or not FOMO. You're not getting my money until I put the time into your game to enjoy it. Once I enjoy it and go, all right, I put enough time in, then I'll give you the money for the thing.
But what does that say about the actual development of the game? Where you sat in an office and you said, we would rather make this game free and charge for store items than actually charge somebody for the work we put into the game.
Wait, say that again.
What does it say about the company when you decide in an office room that you want to make your game free to play, as opposed to charging people for the work that the actual developers did?
Well, they did 4 years of development, and they look at it and go, okay, it's a free-to-play game. How fast do we want to make our money back, right? How fast? And if you made a regular price game at $70, right, then it took you 4 months to make your money back or 6 months to make your money back. They want to make it back within 7 days. They want to make it back in like 10 days.
Yeah, but they have this entire cushion behind them. You have this entire library of guys you can pick from, bro.
Constantly giving more content, more characters, more skins, more maps.
If they treat the game like it's a convenience store and it's just hanging out there on the end of the block that everyone can go visit from time to time, they're going to get their money anyway. Sure. Because eventually everyone's going to want to play their favorite character, have a few rounds with their friends throughout the next couple of years. I just think that using the fact that you just keep throwing characters at the screen, trying to cast the biggest net possible, but the substance of the game is still the same. I don't know if that game has, I said it before, I don't know if it has the longevity to stay with the numbers that they want in this coming year with all the other games that are coming out that are going to be buying for their attention.
I also think, I think Krebsy would agree with you. He doesn't think it has legs either for the longevity of it. I think that if they can make the hype, right now, season 0 and season 1, more people are going to spend money right now because it's a lull, right, in gaming right now because it's the holidays, right? February pops up. Now you're already 2 months into Marvel Rivals. You're already 6 weeks into Marvel Rivals season 1, okay? Lots of people are buying. So let's just say it does die down, okay? And let's say they make $1 million a month or $5 million a month for the first couple months. And then all of a sudden, now it starts to dip to like 4 million or 3 million or 2 million, right? Because they go off. They front-loaded it. They front-loaded it with as many characters as possible, with as many skins as possible, with as many stuff as possible.
Got to keep the hype going.
Yeah, got to keep the hype going. And I think that's what's genius about it. Because of the Marvel brand, they have so many characters they keep going, right? Because next season, you'd be like, Ghost Rider's coming in, right? Professor X is coming in. Juggernaut's coming in.
They're going to find a guy that you like.
Yeah, and then you'll be like, oh, dude, I have to get that. I'm going back. I'm going back to play that game, right? So I think Marvel Rivals has got something here. I just think they could ruin it for themselves with the Chrono Token stuff and whatnot. Mark my words. You know what? We're putting it in the Big Book of Bull. This is what I think. Let me do this, Sarge. We're gonna bring up the Big Book of Bull. All right. This is what's going to happen. They will bend the knee after this season. They're going to take your Chrono Tokens away from you now. Okay? But they're going to change it up. Okay? They are going to change it up. You're going to get to keep your Chrono Tokens. Okay? But it's going to diminish the amount of Chrono Tokens you get per day, per week, per season for that free stuff. Okay? And that's how they're going to get around it. So instead of having 1 day of like 80 coins daily, you're going to have half that. You'll get 40 Chrono Tokens a day, okay, for the daily stuff. And now you'll have to play 2 days to get the amount that you had before because they won't give you the same amount and let you keep it. They'll let you keep it, but they're going to have to diminish it by like 5%, right? 5%, 10%. That's what they're going to do. Guaranteed. So this first season, they will take it away, but they'll be like, you know what? For goodwill, we're going to change it. You get to keep your chrono tokens. And everyone's like, see, they listen to us. And they're like, but you only get 10 a day. And you're like, right? You're going to fuck yourself.
Because it'll be the same amount of time.
Yep.
Because it'll be the same amount of time. That's exactly how it'll break down.
Yeah. That's what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen. All right. Let's go to the next story. Call of Duty. Okay. Call of Duty. There's two stories for Call of Duty, Sarge. We have one for Call of Duty, the Black Ops community. Okay. Now, I haven't played a Call of Duty. I haven't bought a Call of Duty in, 14 years? Okay. But I played the last Call of Duty, but I didn't finish it, Sarge. I'll be honest with you. I lost interest. I lost interest in the campaign. Even though it was good, I enjoyed it. Just never went back. Okay. So Call of Duty Black Ops 6 players are encouraging each other to just quit games. Okay. Because of the skill-based matchmaking that's happening. Okay. The skill-based matchmaking that's happening in the game, the players hate it. Hate it. Skill-based matchmaking, everyone hates it. So what they're doing now, okay, some Call of Duty Black Ops 6 players have encouraged others to quit unbalanced games until they put until they're put into reasonable lobbies. Matchmaking has been an issue in Call of Duty Black Ops 6 since it released, but some players think they have a workaround for the system. Okay, since the early days of Call of Duty Online multiplayer, there have been few issues of developers have worked to address. One major problem is to persist to this day is the respawns. Now, let me tell you, respawns in Call of Duty have always sucked. Always sucked. Once you push another team, you start spawning on the other side. Well, there's people back there. You start spawning in front of other people. You get killed in 3 seconds, whatever. It's one of my hated things that I hated about Call of Duty.
The respawn zones was always a problem. It's
always
been
a problem.
Going on for a while now.
Almost 2 decades. Okay. So another issue is matchmaking, which is originally less restrictive than it is today. Many longtime fans reflect the classic Call of Duty titles for the lack of skill-based matchmaking, while others prefer to be matched with players at their proficiency. Some gamers think that they have a simple solution for Black Ops 6 engagement optimized matchmaking, leaving matches they perceive to be as unfair. Reddit user has made a post explaining their solution to Call of Duty Black Ops 6 engagement optimized matchmaking. The gamer recommends that when others are suffering in lobbies, they should just leave until they are rematched with lower skilled players after Black Ops 6 players have won multiple matches in a row. The EOMM system pairs them with players at a higher skill level, and this often results in the community's dubs, sweet lobbies, which
sweat lobbies.
Sorry,
yes,
which is essentially a high difficulty matches. Some gamers have reported success with this method of working around Black Ops 6 matchmaking systems, while others suggest that this will result in smaller lobbies as players leave. Yes, that's exactly what will happen.
Or better yet, take out your crappy skill-based matchmaking bullshit.
Right. I always find this funny. This is why I prefer co-op games. This is why I prefer non-competitive games. I just like playing for fun. Okay. And this is why I think Marvel Rivals should stay away from competitive. This is why I think they should just have competitive there, but don't turn it into Overwatch competitive like what it was, right? Leave it for the broader audience or whatnot. Call of Duty, okay, I hate that you have to have these skill-based matchmaking and you have these sweat fests. Most people that play PvP games want to win, right? They want to win. Hence why there's patents. This is why there's patents of putting NPCs in games, because they don't know the difference if it's real people or bots for the average person, right? And then the people that want to sweat are sweating it. But most people don't want to sweat. So they get put in a game and they just lose on purpose. So they get put in bots or they get put with shittier players and then they wreck face. It's like, I can't go play against Michael Jordan on the basketball court, but I can go play with Michael Jordan's niece on the basketball court in the middle school and slam dunk on him, right? You know what I'm saying? And feel good about myself.
Feel good about yourself?
Right.
Great.
Right. That's what's happening here.
I love how this works. So I want to play a game. I want to have fun, but I want to beat your ass. And if I can't beat your ass, I'm going to find a group of kindergartners I can beat their ass in order to make myself feel better.
Right.
And make sure you put the algorithm in so that makes it work that way. Right. Otherwise, we all can't have fun. Does that make sense? That makes no fucking sense. If you're so hard up for having a good time and you can't fight against people who also want to have a good time, then pack your bags, right? Pack your bags and go play a different game, right? Because obviously, you don't want any challenge. All you want to do is run the show, right? They all can't be chefs. Somebody's got to be the janitor. That's how it works. right? That's how this works. When it was random, right? It's a random group of people. You don't know who you're going to get. But after 3 matches of winning, you know damn well what room you're going to be in. So now I have to lose or leave the game on purpose in order to break the algorithm. Does this make any fucking sense to anybody?
Look, gamers are going to game. They're going to find the fastest and like water, man, lowest point, sneak through and get around whatever walls they put in front, right? So on top of that, right, there's that story. And then we have the other story from Call of Duty, which is I said for the longest time, I hate that Call of Duty has turned into Fortnite, right, with the skins and whatnot, right? I think it's ridiculous. I said that Call of Duty
you wanted a military shooter.
Yeah, right. They've lost their identity 100%, right? This is what they've done. Let me find the story. All right, so Call of Duty dev explains why the series won't stop releasing weird skins, okay? So it says, during a recent interview with Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Associate Creative Director Miles, confirmed that weird skins will continue to be released, and some Call of Duty Black Ops 6 fans have expressed displeasure over some of the cosmetic options they have here to stay. Multiple Call of Duty titles have been released with military cosmetic, eventually introducing more intricate intrinsic skins, weapon blueprints, and more through updates. Some games have also included such cosmetics as Call of Duty Vanguard, Modern Warfare 2, Warzone, and more. While early games had supply drops featuring their own fantastical cosmetics, this also became more common when Call of Duty in-game shop was expanded. While weapon blueprints are sometimes of target of ridicule from fans of disliked the departure of realism, operator skins are also a primary source. One Call of Duty Black Ops developer recently went on to detail why the cosmetics won't be going anywhere despite the portion of the community rallying against them. Well, it's because the people that are buying the skins, the people that are not buying the skins, they don't give a shit about you. They care about the people that are buying the skins, right? So Dextero recently interviewed Treyarch Associate Creative Director Miles, and regarding the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 during his interview, Leslie also confirmed that fun will continue to be prioritized over realistic skins. That's it. Fun over skins, right? This is why you get Snoop Dogg. This is why you get a sloth. This is why you get monkey gloves, right? And this is why they're doing it, because that's how Call of Duty is adapting.
Different generation of kids.
Right.
Different.
They're adapting
by people playing. That's it.
By pivoting to make it, because look, 100 people playing the game, 10 people are buying the skins, and those 10 people are whales. That's who they're going to make the skins for.
I'm curious to know that if I were to buy a skin that stops showing skins, you buy for $10, you buy, or make it 25, I don't care, where you see nobody's skins, right? And then they realize that somebody's buying to never see the skin at all. Would that affect you buying skins at that point? Would the psychological take hold that you know that I'm buying skins that I can't see, that nobody else can see now either because they bought the skin that can't see skins? I'm curious. Does it matter if you can't see your guy? Did you happy you got the skin?
Well, unless
you got the kill counter. The kill counter, you can actually see yourself. But otherwise, it's a first-person game. Right? I don't see the skin, right? I only see.
There's a third-person mode, but most of the time you're just seeing your gun.
Yeah,
you're not seeing your actual. The only way you see it is when the other person sees you kill them. And on the kill cam, they see the sloth teabagging them, or they see Nicki Minaj teabagging them. You know what I mean?
Right. That's always a thrill to see Nicki Minaj teabagging.
I mean, hell, if you get teabagged by Nicki Minaj, I guess that's better than being teabagged by a sloth.
That's on the bucket list, bro. I don't know. That's on the bucket list for me.
So there's the two Black Ops stories, right? So skill-based matchmaking, and the skins are not going anywhere. They're doubling down, tripling down on skins in Call of Duty because they make more money off of it.
Of course. Listen, I have faith in humanity. I'd like to think that if you're going to bitch about the gaming industry and you don't like what's going on in it, that if you actually wanted to make a difference and make them change their ways, that you just wouldn't buy it. Right? Let them come up with a better way to actually do something instead of lazily trying to extract money from you. Make me a fucking game that I like. How about that?
Didn't we read a story a couple weeks ago that someone wanted an option where they could shut off the skins on their screen so they didn't see the skins and they just saw the realistic military shooter? Like, they don't want to see the skins. They just want to see a military shooter.
I want to see a military shooter. Yeah.
But they will never do that.
I don't see why not. I think that would work because.
Well, I'll be honest with you.
They would look at everybody who's not buying a skin, right? They would. This is what they would do.
Call of Duty is charging for sound, so I guarantee you they would charge you for an option to shut it off.
Right. They would look around and see what group of people is not buying skins, and then they would go to them and go, hey, we're gonna sell you a skin that doesn't show any skins at all. They'd be like, I'll take that, right?
I'll pay $40 for that.
So then you have people who are buying skins that can't see them, and then you have other people buying skins so they don't have to look at them.
Yeah.
Right.
Someone's paying $40 to have the skin on so other people see them, and this paying $40 to not see that.
It's fucking ridiculous, bro. It sounds mentally retarded.
Can you imagine?
This?
I got this. This is how the future's gonna go, Sarge. This person's paying $40.
It's all Barbie dress up.
These people are gonna pay $40 so they can pay for the cosmetic. These people are going to pay $40 so they don't see the cosmetics, but then these people can see that these people can't see their thing, and they could pay an additional $10
to make them
so they can see it. They just made an additional $100 off just two people, right? They're like, I don't want to fucking see that shit. They're like, this person can't see your shit. Would you like to pay $10 for them to see? And you're like, yeah, sure, let's do it.
But then doesn't that mean that the guy gets a refund because he can't use his thing?
No, it's just that one time moment. It's like it's off the entire time until that person pays an additional $10 for that one time. Just like he comes behind him and slits his throat, like in the game mode.
And you get to see the skin then.
Right, and you get to see the skin then.
When you do the fatality move, then you can see the guy's skin, and you're like, why am I looking at Nicki Minaj right now?
Yeah, it's because he paid $10, and it says on the screen, I paid $10, kiss my ass. Right? That's what it says. Now we're getting the shit talking in, and you're paying a shit talk. I can see it happening, Sarge.
I actually think that if you brought back the talking in the lobby thing, that would clear out a lot of this bullshit. I want to see the shit talking come back. I want to see what everybody's pent up anger has been over the last few years, and then take it out in the lobby.
Lucas says it's like rock, paper, scissors. That's right. Right. I have rock, I have paper, but I have scissors. And now you can see my shit. Call of Duty's like, well, we have a 25% drop if nobody's actually buying skins. Will they be charged for audio?
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
They're basically charging you for audio now. Yeah. This is why you will never see a Call of Duty game on my list ever again. Ever.
Ray says girls in the 80s were showing off their Barbie dolls. 2024, 30-ish old dudes are showing off their dolls online. They're called action figures.
Yep.
They're action figures. All right.
You can, Mo? You can shit talk in the lobbies again?
Oh, you can. There you go.
Oh, all right.
Sergeant's still not going to play.
Warzone's proximity check. It's got to be a fucking nightmare. Suck my dick, Timmy! Ah! All you hear is like little squeakers crying. Hey, this guy told me to suck his dick. He told me to suck his dick, Mom. I can't do it.
Someone told me to suck my balls. Like what? What are you playing? I'm playing Call of Duty. Is that your mom? Is that your mom in the background?
Put your mom on.
Yeah.
Put her on.
Yeah. Hey, you want to suck my balls like your son? Right? That's exactly how it.
That's how it starts.
Yeah.
Put her on. Put her on the mic. Those were the days, man.
Oh man,
so horrendous.
We've gone a long time with stuff like that. Well, all we had to hear now is just people eating chips and not knowing their mic was on. You just hear room noise.
Oh,
that's
chips,
the worst. That's the worst.
The background noise is the worst. The background noise, like wives yelling at boyfriends and husbands, and dogs barking, and just
take out the trash. I won't take out the trash. I'll take out the trash. But I won't take out the trash.
It's almost like watching
two on the left.
Wedding. Yeah.
Fuck you. Kiss my ass. Two on the left. Can you mute yourself? Fuck you. Don't tell me how to play the game. That is the Call of Duty lobbies I remember.
Oh my god, all the time, bro. All the time.
Yeah, the guy who sounds like he's in a wind tunnel.
He's got
the fan blowing on him. He's got the fan on top of him. He's got the fan blowing on the sides. Like, hey, Darth Vader. Can you imagine? Oh man, that fucking. Oh
that was an entire decade.
That was amazing, Sarge.
That was an entire decade.
What good timing that was. I'm fucking crying. Oh, that's good.
Perfect.
Oh God. All right, for the next story. Oh man. Yeah, those lobbies were amazing back then.
That made the game. I don't know about you, but that was the best.
Oh, yeah,
hearing some of that shit was the most hilarious thing ever. Especially if you were in a party, right? And you're in a party and you're hearing them talk.
Lucas said the other day, he said that the lobbies, so when he used to play SOCOM, people used to like yell. I was probably one of those guys that was yelling at you. You suck. All right.
God.
GTA 6, Sarge. This is the year.
Is it?
This is the year. Krebsy, what's the date? Krebsy has a date. I think it's October 23rd. He's been saying it for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. That's his date. That's what he's going. Maybe he does. Maybe but he has an insider.
I'm pretty sure we wrote this down a while back, like in the middle of last year. We wrote down when we
did. I actually found a clip of it. I don't have it with me right now.
Oh, you need to bring that clip back.
Yeah, we said 2022.
Did we?
It was a while ago. Yes.
We've updated since then.
Maybe we updated it, but the one I found said 2022. Anyway,
I think I said 26.
Grand Theft Auto 6 is supposedly coming out in 2025, Sarge. Okay. And it says GTA 6 could make $1 billion before it even releases. So the leader right now for pre-orders is Cyberpunk 2077, which sold 8 million copies. I think it was like 8.2 million copies. Okay, 8 million copies before the game launched. And we all know what happened once it launched. It was broke. It was buggy. It was unfinished. Cyberpunk said, CD Projekt Red said, we ain't gonna release a game like those other guys over there, and they didn't. They released way worse than the other guys over there. Okay, it took them 3 years to fix it. Okay, but it went on to sell 12 million copies the first week. They're saying that it's going to sell 14 million copies before pre-order.
Get the fuck
okay,
out of here, bro.
And they said that within the first 12 months, okay, the article says in the first 12 months, okay, it's going to sell $3 billion worth, which is about 42 million copies sold in the first year for Grand Theft Auto 6. Okay, now there is a clip of me somewhere saying it will outsell Cyberpunk pre-orders. It will beat it week 1, day 1, month 1, year 1. It'll shatter all the records. Now, I did say I don't know if in the long term it will beat Grand Theft Auto 5 because that's at 200 million copies. It's 20 million a year for 10 years, 11 years, whatever it is. That's going to be really hard to do. But this is just the game. This is not saying Grand Theft Auto Online and they're like, boom, you know what I mean? Where they constantly keep it going.
Well, that's the other part, right? I'll be honest with you. I believe that the game is actually done, but the part that they're working on is the online part because they have to get that to work because you have to be able to transition everybody from 5 to 6, right?
Right.
How do you transition all those people? And let me ask you this question. All those people that have all those shark cards and stuff that you have in 5, do you move over? Does it transfer over? Or is that it? Like all the stuff that you have, all the bling that you had in 5 is just in 5.
Oh,
and
no,
that's it.
It's gone. It's gone. Your garage, your houses.
You know what
everything.
I mean?
It's gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Unless they say, yeah, it comes with you in the online. I mean, that would, if they did that.
Like, what if you can fly from 5 to 6?
You got to pay to transfer. You pay to transfer your character.
Right, I think that'd be completely plausible. Like you go to the airport in GTA 5 and you fly down to Vice City.
You pay to transfer.
I think that's completely doable.
We're speculating here. This is not what's happening, right? But that I can see that, right? Why couldn't you in an MMO? You could transfer. Maybe they could do it. I don't know the back end what they could do, but maybe they say it. Maybe they go. You can They did it with Path of Exile. All your stuff from Path of Exile 1 comes over to Path of Exile 2, right?
No, I'm legitimately saying that once you go online, like in GTA 5.
Yeah, you get in the you get on the plane,
and you just
go
to
the Grand Theft Auto 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
Krebsy says, character can transfer, but all assets will stay in Grand Theft Auto 5 because they need to resell you that shit. True, but it would be a different new cars. Upgraded cars, you know what I mean? You would have the downgraded cars.
I'll go back a little bit. I'll say this: not right away. after they do the graphics enhancements for GTA 5, after 6 comes out, then they put them together.
Oh yeah, we didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
They're gonna sell Grand Theft Auto 5 remastered.
Right. They're gonna sell you 6, and then like a year into 6, they're gonna say GTA 5 gets a redo, and now the games are connected. They'll just tell you that's how it is.
Lucas says, he says, wait a minute. I mean, this is Take-Two we're talking about here. I doubt it. Yeah, they're probably not gonna do any of this shit because Krebsy's right. They want to sell you the exact same blue polka dot shirt that you bought in the first game again for more money this time around. Okay, because now it's HD graphics and whatnot, right? So this is the Miami version, right? So it'll be interesting to see what happens, but that's crazy money. 8 million copies is the pre-order record right now. They're projecting 14 million.
Okay, but it doesn't. I don't even understand the concept that you would have to pre-order this game. Like it's not going anywhere. I could turn on my computer or turn on my Xbox and buy it whenever I want. What the fuck is pre-ordering this game going to do for you?
What about if they say if you pre-order, you get your name moved over? Like the people that pre-order the game can get a custom name that no one else can get.
It sounds.
You pre-order,
weird.
you get a penthouse in Los Ventros or whatever.
It sounds strange.
Or Vice City.
That in a period of time where there are no hard copies of games anymore, that many people would want to pre-order a game that they can get at any time they want.
Dupla says naked woman statue. Maybe you get your own seat in the strip club, Sarge. Right? Pre-order now. Get your name etched into a chair in the strip club. Who knows? One free blowjob from a hooker in the game.
I always thought it was interesting that if you played the game correctly, that in GTA 5, if you invested money in the stock market before you did that one job, you could actually rake in like millions of dollars.
Right.
Like the stock market actually worked in the single player game. It didn't work really well in the multiplayer game.
Yeah. Well, the game's going to be crazy, but the online multiplayer is going to be an absolute it's going to be bonkers. Well, I hope it works. Unlike the last one, where it was like 1.5 months later.
Well, I remember waiting to go online for hours.
It was weeks before they fixed it.
No, I'm talking about the day I got it.
The day you got it, it was hours. You couldn't get in, and when we got in, it didn't work. It was glitchy and whatnot. And then it took them 18 months to put in the heist. 18 months to put in the heist.
Yep.
And that was over a decade ago.
Yep.
Amazing.
So we'll see. We'll see. But I think they're gonna have to be some kind of connection. I think because it would make sense that if their long-term goal is to have an encompassing universe of Grand Theft Auto, that 5 would be the beginning of it. It's just not ready yet. That they would do 6, they would release 6, and then at some point do their upgrade version for 5, and then connect the 2. Right? It would stand to reason. But now you're not seeing another GTA game probably for the rest of your life.
Oh no, you're seeing this game. This is on 3 consoles after this.
No. What I'm saying is you're not going to see another GTA after.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They're making Grand Theft Auto 6. The online is going to last for at least 3 next systems before they even
whatever that entails.
Yeah, whatever Grand Theft Auto on your contact lens. Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah, where you think the real world is GTA.
Yeah, you go outside and yeah. Let me see what we got here, Sarge. I want to pick another story. We got
Get the hell out of here, Roadkill. You never played GTA Online. Come on, man.
He just started playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, Sarge.
Come on, man. Yeah. The game's been out for 10 years, almost 10 years. Come on, man.
AAA video games struggle, to keep up with the skyrocketing cost of realistic graphics. I talked about this, Sarge, on my show earlier this week.
Liars.
Oh, I thought you called me a liar. I was like, no, I didn't lie. I did talk about it. Okay. So in this article, they talk about how the rising costs of the stuff. All right, it says gaming studios face increasing difficult decision as grappling with the escalation cost of creating cutting-edge visuals and diminishing returns that these visuals often provide. The challenge lies within striking a balance between visual spectacle, engaging gameplay, and sustainable development practices. Okay, it says the strategy has transformed once flat pixelated worlds, also immersive experience, rival cinematic productions. Spider-Man 2, released in 2023, is one example, leveraging the PlayStation 5's processing power. Now, this level of detail, however, came at a steep price, and the game's development reportedly cost around $300 million more than triple the budget of the predecessor from the 5 years earlier. All right, so They're just trying to make the graphics better and better and better and better. But there's a ceiling, right? They can't get like Indiana Jones looks fantastic, right? Horizon Zero Dawn looks fantastic. Hellblade looks fantastic. Like, where do you go from here?
Well, see, the conversation that nobody's actually having is that the skyrocketing cost isn't because it costs so much more to make those graphics. We see the graphics from 2017, 2018 from the Battlefront 2 game, and a few other games had amazing graphics back then. What it comes down to is they have shook up the labor pool so badly. Okay. And I know you don't think this matters, but it does. If a group of people who are working together learn how to do shortcuts, learn how to do things, they work together well, right? Your costs go down. When you've got a vetted team of devs that are working on games together and they're working for like years together, your costs go down because you don't need other people to hire to do the in-between jobs. They all know how to do their job well and quicker, right? They keep hiring new people because all right, here's the thing. They don't want to keep the guy because they have to pay him too much. So they're going to hire two guys that can do cheaper, but they don't know anything, right? And maybe their personality clashes with the guy that stayed working, right? And they don't work, right? Then on top of that, you introduce all this other nonsense that's been going on in the industry with this the DEI mantra, and so you now have guys who are broken apart, not vetted, new blood, and they're all mixed together, and so it costs more to build the same game. On top of the fact that it costs more for labor to go up in certain, because if you know where all these companies are, they're in these crazy states where they put all these laws there where the minimum salaries have to go up, right? So of course it goes up, but it's not just because of one reason, right? The whole reason why we got crappy games to begin with, I believe a good portion of it is because you have broken up so many teams of devs, and there are now they either left the industry or they're working on indie projects. They don't want to be bothered with the AAA industry anymore, and everybody that they have now doesn't know their job as well as those guys before them. They just don't. And they're not being taught. They don't have a 25-year-old veteran sitting in the office with them telling them, this is how you code this. This is how you do this. Like, they're not there, right? You're starting fresh. So the guys have to work twice as many hours to figure out the problems they have because they got no one to talk to because you've divided up everybody so badly over the last decade, right? Everything went up. Everything. It's not just them. The entire world, everything doubled. Everything doubled. So if you had to sell, we said it before, if you had to sell 8 million games, you got to sell 16 million games now.
Right.
And if you have to sell 16 million games and you're calling me a fascist, I'm pretty sure I'm not buying your fucking game.
Right. You're hurting your chances of making that 16 million.
So them crying now they're crying in the corner now. They're crying on their pillow. Oh, we can't make games. It's too expensive. It's your fault. It's completely you, right? The consumer base is still here. The consumer base that still buys video games is here. It's like we talked about that before. It's not like I play video games. I got married. I'm not playing video games anymore. Right? That's not how it's working. I play video games. I got married, and I hide the video games from my girlfriend and my wife, and I'm still playing video games. Like, I play games, right? That's part of your thing. I play video games, right? That's why there's whole TED Talks based on marriages breaking up because my husband's hobbies are interfering with our marriage. Get some hobbies, bitch. I don't know what to tell you. I like video games. Like, what do you want me to do? Right? So those people are still buying. So you can't say the market's not there. You just ostracized half the market. And so what are you supposed to do? What do you want me to do about it? You want me to feel bad for you? Yeah. Pete Carson buying cars? Fuck him. Right? All these other guys calling everybody out. Like, you don't like your game because you're racist, sexist. Fuck you. No one's buying your game. No one's going to buy it. So you crying about not selling games, your fault.
You know who never has this problem with hitting the ceiling of graphics in video games? Nintendo has never had this problem.
Problems. Is anybody from Nintendo crying about graphics? We can't make graphics.
No. Right. Nobody's crying over there about graphics.
It's only the two systems that every year we're telling you, look at the graphics, look at the graphics, look at the graphics, look at the graphics, look at it, look at it.
Do you see it?
And then you release a system that the graphics don't work, or I don't get the graphics on my system. Why'd I buy it?
Choppy, 30 frames. Yeah.
Why'd I buy it? Why did I buy the game? Why did I buy the system?
It's like taking your dog's face and shoving. Do you see what you don't shit on the rug? You look at the graphics. Look at it.
Nintendo's doing fine. So whose fault is it?
Nintendo.
I'm curious. Whose fault is it? So, once again, zero accountability for their own actions. You destroyed your teams because you were trying to do shit that they didn't want to do, because you were trying to push the dollar, and now you lost the teams, had to hire guys who were inexperienced enough, and now you're complaining about graphics. Get the fuck out of here.
The funny part is, here's another story, right? The Nintendo doesn't complain, right? So people have been hyping up the Nintendo Switch, saying the Nintendo Switch is going to be as powerful as the PlayStation 4 Pro or whatever, right? But Nintendo's never said this. No one's ever said this, right? And even if it was, Nintendo still has so much more room to grow graphically.
Yes, because they're yelling at you the whole time.
Right. They're just making games, okay? They're just making games that are fun, okay? Fun games, right? Look at Nintendo, and we looked at a chart. Did you see the chart the other day I put up on the screen, Sarge, about Nintendo and how in 2002 is when they maxed out the graphics for Mario, and from 2002 to 2017 it's been the same?
It's the same.
Yeah.
You want to know why? Because they're not advertising the graphics are better.
Yeah.
They're
not putting 4K. They're not putting 4K on the box. 4K, right? 4K. Right? Everyone's complaining about 60 frames per second. Right? 60 frames per second. Meanwhile, Nintendo's always been 60 frames per second. Right? Even the old systems, 60 frames per second. They just ran 60 frames per second. Right? Everyone else is like, yeah, you get 4K, 60 frames per second. Look at the graphics. Look at the graphics. Nintendo's like, look at our Switch. Look at it go. 150 million units sold, still selling. Not the greatest graphics, right?
But it didn't matter because you didn't put your attention on that. You put your attention on the games itself.
Right? So the rumor here, it says a new rumor suggests that Nintendo Switch 2 could rival the PlayStation 4 Pro in power. Okay, previous rumors pointed towards the upcoming console being significantly more powerful, and Nintendo is expected to announce the next console by March 2025, right? The only reason, and this is, I'm basing this not off the article, based off the FTC during the trial when Microsoft was buying Activision and PlayStation was trying to stop them because of Call of Duty. And meanwhile, Microsoft is handing out pamphlets to everybody going, yeah, you have a 10-year contract. Here's a 10-year contract. You can have Call of Duty. They're like Oprah. You got Call of Duty. You got Call of Duty. Everyone gets a Call of Duty for 10 years, right? We don't care, right? It's not about Call of Duty. Nintendo is going to start getting more third-party games, right? That's how Nintendo makes the pivot in this world of where Xbox is on their own island going for the cloud, PlayStation's making their stuff with the 4K high-end people. Nintendo's like, how do we make more people buy our console, right? And they're like, well, why don't we bring more third-party games on there, right? They're not going to run as great as it is on the X or the PlayStation, but you're already over here playing these awesome games from Nintendo, so why not play some third-party games on this Nintendo Switch, right, with better graphics now, right? And I think that's why they're doing it. Obviously, we always talk about Crazy Uncle Nintendo. They do the opposite of everybody else, right? Meanwhile, PlayStation and Xbox are hitting the ceiling with graphics, and Nintendo's going, look at these fools. We're going to put one extra color on Mario for the next decade. And you're like, whoa, yeah, Mario, 56 million copies sold. That's what Nintendo does, right? They're not even changing the Switch that much. Based on the leaks and stuff, it looks like the Nintendo Switch, but with a 2 behind it, right? Like it's the exact same with a different control scheme.
It has to do. They have to find some kind of gimmick in order to sell it. Otherwise, they can't sell it, right? That's the whole problem.
Right.
That's the problem that PlayStation had. PlayStation 5 Pro had to have all this stuff, and everyone's testing it. What's the difference? Right. The only people that care about the difference are the ones actually buying it, and they notice like the minute differences, and they're happy about it. Great.
Right.
But you're not selling. You're not selling units.
Right. All right. I think that's the. We have. I have the Apple story, but I'll be honest. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about the Apple story. The Apple story is basically you're getting $20 per device per person.
It's not a payout. It's ridiculous.
Well,
I have a foreign object in my house that's spying on me, and your apology is $20.
$20.
Go fuck yourself, Apple.
That's what they're doing.
What the fuck does it matter with you people?
We're gonna go past that story, and we're gonna go to questions. If you guys have questions, put a Q in front. We'll take a couple of questions for the end of the show here. If you guys like the show, we're not done yet. We're still here. Hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. You do this on Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern. Generation X Gaming weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories in the past week, and we rant along the way. Sarge, I have maybe I should ask the chat, so we have people watching here. We play 3 songs, right? Because I made some 3 AI generated Generation X Gaming songs. Okay. And maybe here, let me see if I have we have 3 songs up on the list right now. Okay. I'm not in love with any of these right now, right? I'm gonna make a new we did it for the daily grind, right? I'm doing different songs and whatnot, fun songs in the beginning of the show and whatnot. I want to make a new Generation X Gaming theme song for the front of the show instead of the like the one we've been running for 10 years, right? So I'm gonna play a song, okay? And I want to see if you guys like it or not like it. Let's see. All right, here's the first one. While questions are coming in, let's see. Okay, so the first one is this one right here. Can you guys hear that? Okay.
Two brothers on the airwaves, weekly scene. Generation X Gaming, you know what I mean. Top stories, rants, we drive it home. In this world of pixels, we roam. On the mic, we take a grandstand with the joystick in our hand.
I'm not in love with this one.
Vibes and future dreams. Life's a game, or so it seems.
I like it because it's the 80s, like synthetic type of stuff, which goes with the song, with the GXG.
It sounds like the beginning of like an 80s sitcom.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a little bit of that one. Okay, then we have this one, which is electric punk. Okay, this is electric punk, right?
Generation X bringing truth to the streets.
This one sticks in my head a little bit more.
With a fiery beat. Plug in now, don't you dare retreat. Pixels popping, wild screens aglow. Old school vibes with a modern show. Lost in the headlines, we sift and we sort. Voices rough with a techie retort. Generation X Gaming, we're the voice at night. Telling tales of pixels in the glow of the light.
It sounds like an animation opening.
It does sound like an animated opener. All right, so that's 2. Okay, and then the last one's 90s rock.
Work in progress.
Right. That's not official here yet. Okay. This last one is 90s rock, raw grunge rock. Okay.
Two guys got the mics again, telling tales from gaming land. Talk of pixels and joystick spin. Folks don't get it, but we understand. Got the news from the past week. Read about what's great or weak.
I see end credits.
Gaming critique with their thoughts, your interest peak. Generation X Gaming Show.
That's catchy.
I see credits.
Weekly stories make them go.
All right. Why does it sound like Nickelback? I don't know. It's fucking AI creating the songs. What do you think? I'm in the studio doing this? This is me typing words on the computer, hitting create, and it goes boom, and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all AI.
Yeah, it's all AI. So
I see end credits.
anything there? You like any of that?
I see end credits for that one. Like when the show ends, that's the end. That's the end credits.
I could see that.
I could
Sarge,
see
have you? Did you hear the song I did today with the and then we'll look at the questions. Did you hear the console war song? I made a Marvel Rivals song, and I made a
The console wars doesn't exist. That one,
the console war song.
yeah, no,
Have you heard this one?
No,
All right, let me bring this up. Chat, if you haven't heard this is good stuff. Okay. This is called the Console Wars. Okay. This is a rock song. Here we go.
Sony ponies right into the night. Xbox ready with a pixel fight. Controllers clash a digital war. Who's the king? Let's settle the score. Button mashers take to the front line. Argue about graphics design.
Listen to the words.
Games, what's in store? 'Cause the war's forevermore. 4K gaming and frame rate boasts. Haptic feedback and exclusive posts. Power struggle in every thread. Who's the best? Just use your head. Online battles rage through the nights. Social media full of fights. Fanboys fueled by fiery boasts. Forums haunted by endless ghosts. Button masters take to the front line. Argue about graphics design. Exclusive games, what's in store? 'Cause the war's forevermore. Both sides made of plastic and code. Different paths, the same road. In the end, games are the prize. Fandom's passion never dies. Button mashers take to the front line. Argue about graphics design. Exclusive games, what's in store? 'Cause the war's forevermore. 4K gaming and frame rate boasts. Haptic feedback and exclusive posts. Power struggle in every thread. Who's the best? Just use your head. Online battles rage through the nights. Social media full of fights. Fanboys fueled by fiery boasts. Forums haunted by endless ghosts. Button mashers take to the front line. Argue about graphics design. Exclusive games, what's in store? 'Cause the war's forevermore. Both sides made of plastic and code.
Plastic and code. I love that.
Paths, the same road. In the end, games are the prize. Fandom's passion never dies.
So that's the console war. Now, I'll admit to you guys, I'm putting the words, like I'm writing the actual lyrics. Like I put a bunch of lyrics in of what I think, and then it fills in some of the things in between. But yeah, I'm just throwing some lyrics in. Right? I'm like, oh, that sounds like it would be good, right? Talk about the 4K, the graphics, the plastic boxes, Xbots, Sony ponies, right? 4K shit, right? I like that one. And then this is the last one I want you guys to listen to. I play it before the daily grind every morning now. This is called Marvel Rivals. Okay, this is just Marvel Rivals, right? And it's like an opera orchestra shit. It's pretty cool. It's orchestra rock. Listen to this shit. It's like epic shit here. It's like battle of the best going on. There should be a TV show of a competition of Marvel Rivals. This song should play in the background.
The battlefield is calling, the fight's begun. A universe of heroes, we rise as one. From Cap Shield to Widow's Sting. Each legend here makes the cosmos sing. Fulfills the storm, lightning cracks the sky. Strange blends of mystic as dimensions collide. Hope's rage at doubles, unstoppable force. While Panther prowls, holding his course. Marvel Rivals, the legends unite.
This sounds like an animated show.
Clash of Titans, day turns to night. From Iron Man's tech to Spidey's swing. untamed. In this eternal struggle, nothing's the same. Star-Lord leads with a cosmic flare. Rockets fire, power fills the air. Storm commands the winds to rise. Marvel rivals, will legends never die. Marvel rivals, the legends unite. In a clash of time.
I'll stop it there. You guys can listen to this stuff on the morning show before I start. About 15 minutes before I start, I make some songs up and I put them out there so you guys can listen to it before the show starts on the Daily Grind Monday through Thursday. So I'm having fun with this AI stuff. I'm having fun because it makes good music, but I don't like some of the if you don't type anything, it makes really good music, but it makes no sense with the words. It just mumbles. It's like it's not like The Sims talking, right? When you don't put any kind of words, you can make instrumental, but I really like putting the words in there and how it breaks it down. And you can take the same words in the AI and put it to rock, to pop, to reggae, to jazz, whatever you want. It's absolutely crazy, right? So we've been playing with that. So I said on the certain shows, if you guys do super chats on the other shows, anyone that does a super chat at the end of the show in the Daily Grind, I'll make an AI song based on what you tell me you want to make, and I'll make it, and then it'll play in the morning show, before the next show. We'll put it out there if it's good. If it sucks, we're not going to put it in there. All right. So it's a random roll of what you get, but it should be good. But we'll listen to it on stream. So, and people can judge on what it is, right? So let me go back and look at the questions here. Were you marking questions, Sarge? Probably not.
No.
Krebsy. It's just Krebsy. It's just Krebsy. Krebsy. Anyone else want to ask questions or just Krebsy? Krebsy's got one. Krebsy's got two. And what else we got? I got three. Anybody else? No? All right, just Krebsy. All right. So we got three questions. Okay. I'll keep it rolling for just a couple more, and then we'll turn it off. All right. Once the bar goes away, we're not taking any more questions. So question number one from Krebsy. With the start of the new year, what games or goals are you looking forward to or playing or achieving in 2025? Can't say Transformers. I'll say what I want, okay? My goal for YouTube is that I would like to basically 5 times what I'm doing right now. I would like to make it to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That's a really stretch goal, but that's what I would like to do for YouTube. I like to grow the channel is what I would like to do, right? I would like to have the average daily users come watch the show higher as well. That's my goal for this year, for 2025, for YouTube.
Are you talking about something else, or is it?
Nope, that's it. That's my goal.
All right. Well,
I have other goals, but that's it.
Oh well, the not the gaming side, but the goal side for myself for this year is 20K in an investment account. Okay. That's my goal. For gaming purposes, I want to see somebody do RTS games, and I want to see some different mechanics in an RTS game. I want to see something different. I love RTS games, but they're all the same. I want to see something besides two resources. I want to see something else. I want to see other mechanics involved in an RTS game. I think it's time, and yeah, because I'm looking forward. Like I'm playing Company Heroes 3 right now. It's not the resources don't work the same way as like a StarCraft game would, but it's still the same type of thing. I like it because it's the World War II IP, right? So I love World War II.
Mo's asking, what about was it Era? It's the RTS that came out for Xbox.
I'm looking at it, but it's still. How do I explain it? If RTS needs to evolve into something else besides many units and using a paper, rock, scissor mentality. Like I think they have to either make it to where you build a unit, but you can put certain things on it so it can be your own unit, or like there needs to be something else involved in the mechanics. Like I've watched so many StarCraft games. I've watched so many other competitive RTS games. It's all the same. It's all the same. There's nothing different about it. So you're not getting any new people involved in it. Yeah, like Brain, like Civilization, like I love the game, but there is no difference.
Yeah, Civ 1 is the same as
graphics.
Civ 2
The
and
graphics
3
look
and 5.
better. It's 4K graphics to make it look pretty, but it's the same. It's just the same.
All right, so we'll take that one down. Second question. In reference to Sonic and Mufasa problem, do you think Disney should be allowed to hold theaters hostage when their movie isn't performing well? No. I basically what I said.
They need laws, man.
They've made them worse because now production companies or studios can own theaters, so it's even worse now.
Right.
But they should not do. I said this the other day on my video that'll be up tomorrow. The movie industry needs to stop doing the long-term contracts with the production companies, like the studios. They need to change it up because there's so many. Like, think about this, right? Steam had, 18,000, 19,000 games come out, right? Now, just think about that as a movie theater, right? There's a shit ton of movies coming out, right? Small independent films, large blockbusters. There's constantly movies coming out. But Disney's contracts say you got to stay in the theater for a certain amount of weeks, and there's only a certain amount of theaters there. And then by the time that one gets out, their next movie's coming in, right? So there's always a Disney movie in a theater taking up space. Regardless if it's good or bad, it has to be there. So they have to change something. The length of the contract, instead of making it a month and a half, maybe it's only 3 weeks. So it opens up something. Something has to change.
Or the lawyers for the movie theaters have to get better. What the fuck kind of lawyer do you have where Disney runs the show? Like, you have to have a movie there forever.
Yeah.
What kind of contract is that?
All right, let me take that down. Yeah, so do you have anything else, Sarge, to add to that or no?
No, the answer is Disney should not be in control of that at all.
Okay.
Laws need to be passed. New laws for theaters need to be passed because they pressured them in order to get that power back, right? Because now something happened where now they're allowed to own theaters
for decades. Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is something broke loose. They got to own the theater now, which makes it worse.
Well, they had to protect the theaters. The theaters were going out of business.
Right. Cause the problem, create the solution. Got it.
Yeah. All right, the next one, Krebsy says, we know that GTA 6 has two characters, Lucia and Jason. Would it be cool if Rockstar one-upped themselves and made it where you can co-op with two characters, or does Take-Two want people online instead? That would be a cool game mechanic if you could play co-op.
That would be a good hook, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, because they've never done it before.
It would be the first GTA game that you could play with your girlfriend.
That would be interesting, but a lot more problems come with that, Krebsy. Like
you're playing with your girlfriend.
Well, then are you tethered? Is it wide open where you can go where you want? Does the person that has the other character, can they fuck up your game? Right? Like, you're going through the main story, but then all of a sudden he activates it, or can he interact? You know what I mean?
Control your girlfriend or boyfriend?
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that I would have questions about if it was a co-op game like that. But it would be cool.
It'd still be fun.
Yeah, it would be a blast to play.
I think that would be the ultimate hook for GTA 6, that all of a sudden they let you know you could play with a friend.
I mean, but you can do it online, and you have missions and different things that you can do online. But it would be cool if you could do it in the story mode. That'd be interesting. Yeah. All right, let me see. That one. And then Robert says, Sarge, have you tried Homeworld series? I believe they also pursue RTS Space Combat.
Mm-hmm. Yes, played Homeworld. I played Homeworld 1 and 2.
Yeah, Sarge loves those types of games. Me, not so much. I used to play a shit ton of them, just not anymore. And he says one more. Would you love to receive more likes for the stream? I would. I would love to have more likes for the stream.
Yeah, where's the like button? I press the button.
And I didn't even mention this. People on Twitter have been watching us tonight. This whole year, we're going live on Twitter and YouTube simultaneously. We're doing dual streams on Twitter. And so over on 30 and Still Gaming's Twitter channel, you can go watch this as well. So if you have a problem, you can't get onto YouTube in some way, shape, or form, you can go to Twitter. You can watch the past broadcast there as well. And that, my friends, will bring us to the end episode 423 is in the can. We do appreciate you very much for coming out, hanging out with us for Generation X Gaming, the weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories from the past week, and we rant along the way. There is no stream tomorrow. My wife's off from work tomorrow, so we're going to hang out. And my kid's off from school, so we're going to do family stuff this Friday. So the next time you'll see me, you'll see my uploads. We're doing uploads. If you didn't watch the daily show this week, I'm breaking up the segments from that, and I'll be posting that up in separate categories or separate videos in the upload section. We'll be back Monday for the Daily Grind. Don't miss it. Daily Grind, Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. We're trying to line up guests this year for Chatting With. That happens on Wednesday nights. So lots of stuff hopefully coming out. Appreciate it very much. Play the new outro, Mike. Which song do you want me to play? Do you want me to play the the rock song? Do you want me to play the hold on. Where is it? You want me to play the 90s rock, the electric punk, or the synthwave 1980s?
Not the synth 80s, but put the punk rock one on.
The punk rock one? All right. We'll do that. We'll do that. I won't do the actual outro. So oh shoot, I have to end that. I can't do it. Hold on. I got to delete this one, remove the outro. Okay. So we'll remove us from the screen, and then we'll just we'll put it up the song. Appreciate it very much. You guys have a great rest of your evening, and we're going to do the outro of the 90s rock song. So let me bring this up. Where is it? See what happens when I listen to the chat. All right, here we go.
Mics again, telling tales from gaming land. Talk of pixels and joystick spin. Folks don't get it, but we understand. Got the news from the past week. Read about what's great or weak. Late night rage gaming critique with their thoughts your interest peak. Generation X gaming show. Tune in where the thoughts flow. Rant and rave with words that glow. Weekly stories make them go. Retro meets the now and here. Gaming tales you need to hear. Laugh and shout and sometimes sneer. Memories from all those years. Console wars and secret tips. Tips and tricks from pixel trips. News that pours from gaming sips. Critical minds and candid lips. And Generation X gaming show. Tune in where the thoughts flow. Rant and rave with words that glow. Weekly stories make them go. And secret tips, tips and tricks from pixel trips, news that pours from gaming sips, critical minds and candid